watch a lot of Japanese wrestling. I'll take it all over this arena. Tonight, I am going to show no mercy!
And this is not just another night.
I have booked a replacement.
I'm a motherfucking wrestler!
Last week, I beat El Ligero, and he's having a title match. Put me in a match.
We don't need these guys coming from America, Japan, Germany. They don't deserve a place here.
I will let you keep your job if you can win a street fight. Your opponent will be Rampage!
If any woman wants to come and challenge for this, bring her on, because this is not leaving me anytime soon.
I am announcing myself as a participant.
Joe Hendry! No, wait. And he's out! Carter is out! Joe Hendry! Joe Hendry's gonna face Kurt Angle! I refuse to lose!
Martin Kirby versus Joseph Connors for the WCPW title and refuse to lose. Get out!
To What Culture Pro Wrestling. We got a big pay-per-view here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in case you haven't heard, and we're glad you're with us wherever you are around the world. I'm Jim Ross, alongside James E. Cornette, and our good friend Alex Shane from here in England, the former British heavyweight champion. And gentlemen, what a night.
I'll tell you, JR, finally I have come back to be your broadcast partner, and these people are insane in Newcastle. They're throwing babies in the air. One of the main events we're going to see tonight for the What Culture Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, Martin Kirby challenging Joseph Connors for the Heavyweight Championship of WCPW. And that's not all, Alex. A battle of England versus America.
Well, you know, a lot of people say that Cody Rhodes is the hottest free agent in pro wrestling right now, but there's a man, Doug Williams, who's laid the foundations here in Great Britain, and he's sick of the Americans coming here, taking all the jobs. And, you know, as a commentary guy, look at what he's got to deal with. So I think, Doug, Mr. Brexit's going to the top.
You may have something to worry about, JR.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, also in another main event tonight will be the legendary Hall of Famer Kurt Angle taking on the hometown hero Joe Hendry. This is a match where Joe Hendry can mark his turf for years to come, establish his legacy here tonight against arguably the greatest in-ring wrestler in the business history. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a very special way to start this night. I think you're going to like this.
Listen to this crowd, JR. They are insane in Newcastle tonight. And it's about to get bigger.
Wow! What a way to kick things off!
Well, it's obvious that the fans here are somewhat surprised that the WWE Hall of Famer, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, Bret the Hitman Hart, is in Newcastle. He is on your television.
If you're watching on the Fight app, the crowd here live is deafening. Alex, are they always this insane in WCPW?
They've taken it to a whole nother level.
Just want to say a few words before the show kicks off. That it's great to be back in Newcastle. It's great to be back in the UK, where the greatest wrestling fans in the world are all right here. Also, I'm really honored to be here with some of the great wrestlers in the back there. You got Cody Rhodes. I always thought Cody Rhodes was one of the best wrestlers in the world, period. It's great to have Jim Ross and Jim Cornette. Nobody calls it better. Nobody. Jim Ross is the single greatest wrestling announcer there ever was, period. Best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. Trust me on that.
They agree with him, Jimbo.
for me to be in the WCPW ring. It's an honor to be here because I know that every single wrestler back there is going to give you 100%. You're going to have the best show of the year right here tonight. Now, there's another great wrestler back there, Kurt Angle.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
I'd say this, and I say it because it's true. But I only had one wrestler that I ever woke up with a dream that I had him in a headlock, and that's the guy, Kurt Angle. If I could have wrestled one guy, one last time, it should have been Kurt Angle.
What a dream match that would be.
I also want to say that tonight is a very special night because we're going to crown some new tag team champions. Wow. I always prided myself because I learned so much in my early days of being a tag team with Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the Hart Foundation. And I know that everybody wonders how Jim's doing, but Jim's doing fine. He's getting better all the time. So, with these tag belts, we're going to make history tonight. And that history is going to go a long ways because there's going to be one team after another. You'll see them progress over the years. And those teams often split up. And that's where you find your great wrestlers tomorrow. But, anyway, I'd like someone to bring those tag belts out here so we can take a look at them. Look at it up close.
Oh, look at these brand new tag belts here in WCPW. Wow.
Look at that hardware. Any tag team would be proud to wear those around their waist.
It's a very pretty set of belts.
And they don't spin.
Now, I know that there's a lot of teams that are going to be fighting for this belt over a period of time. The two wrestlers tonight, or the four wrestlers that come out here tonight are going to put on a great show. They're going to fight for these belts. And they're going to make these belts mean something. There's a lot of history in tag team wrestling, and they're going to bring it to life tonight, right here in Newcastle.
Hold on. Wait. Hey, hold on.
Look, this is... it's James R. Kennedy.
And who in the bloody hell, as they say over here, is James R. Kennedy? And why was he involved in Bret Hart's interview?
JC, he is only the greatest bloody manager in British wrestling today.
Well, who are these three?
Well, this is Prospect, who was suspended originally, which is why they can't compete in in-ring competition. And they are nothing to do with Lost Perspective. I'm just going to put that out there for the record.
Well, the point is, I don't see, JR, do you see these guys anywhere on our listing of matches tonight? They're not competing. Bret Hart was interviewing.
I do not.
One thing you're going to have to learn quickly about WCPW, the format quickly goes out the window.
Well, Mr. Kennedy, if I may coin a name, can't seem to get his microphone to operate. Maybe that's a blessing.
What's the matter? What's the matter with you? Come out here and interrupt my interview.
It's the joy of live pay-per-view.
He's done something wrong with his microphone.
I mean, Bret's got one. Maybe he can share the spotlight.
I don't think Bret Hitman Hart wants to share the spotlight with this clown. Did he get a free bowl of soup with that haircut?
It's the most aerodynamically awesome haircut I've ever seen.
That haircut reminds me of something about Mary.
Looks like it was trimmed with a pencil sharpener.
Well, that's a fault I can never unsee. Thanks, JR.
Dino!
Oh.
How typical! How typical of What Culture Pro Wrestling to try and censor us when we have the chance to make history.
Yeah.
Hitman, this shouldn't even be a discussion. Those tag team titles, they belong to Prospect. Now, my good self, I've been known to say sometimes a prospect goes on to become a legend. Well, from where I'm standing, Hitman, sometimes a legend goes on to become a disappointment.
Whoa. Those are fighting words.
And
strong sentiment.
And I hate to do this to you, Brett. I really do. But sometimes in life, you need to grasp opportunities. Sometimes in life, you must make an example.
These guys are circling the ring.
Yeah, I see that.
Like piranhas.
I don't like it.
It's Boston Slater and Gabriel Kidd.
Well, there you go. Bret Hart has been retired for some time.
At least these young men are showing some respect for the legendary Bret Hart.
Unlike Mr. Kennedy's group, they knew that Bret retired due to health reasons. He's still a better man than any one of them, I'll tell you that.
Well, this is NGW's. This is WCPW's tag division here.
You know what? You know what? What culture? You don't call the shots. Prospect call the shots. Hey. I say these scum here, and that includes everyone in this building, and I'm looking at you, do not deserve to see Prospect wrestle. Let's get out of here.
We thank you for leaving.
Yeah, thanks for going. Have a nice trip. See you next fall.
But the real story here, the WCPW tag division is going to go to a whole new level, JR, because those tag belts are 100% real. Look at them.
Well, Winter Kennedy's guys going to have the guts to get in the ring against guys that they can wrestle, not a legend like Bret Hart that didn't come here to fight.
Total disrespect from Prospect. They may be great athletes, and they are, but they got to show some respect to their elders and their betters.
They saw a spotlight, JR, and they seized it.
Well, maybe so.
Yeah.
That is a sign of the times, I guess. These young men grabbing the opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have our first wrestling match momentarily. And it's going to feature our gentlemen, the greatest submission fighter in the history of combat sports.
Well, this man practically created modern mixed martial arts. One of the co-founders of Pancrase in Japan, Minoru Suzuki, has wrestled, grappled, any combat sport. He's competed in it all over the globe. And tonight, he's right here to wrestle one of the local favorites.
And I'll tell you what.
Speaking of favorites, in any continent.
SoCal Val. Lovely young woman representing the Fight TV app.
Why, she's perky. She's spilling right out of that outfit, and I'd be happy to catch the overflow, Alex.
I'll get a bucket.
I don't think we need the bucket.
Well, there's three of us.
Mr. Creosote, not a bucket.
All right, Val's going to be the ring announcer here momentarily. It should be an outstanding matchup. Matter of fact, let's go up to our ring announcer, SoCal Val. And again, we thank you folks for watching on the Fight TV app on pay-per-view.
Well, listen to this crowd. They are so interactive here in WCPW, JR. They're humming the theme of the Scottish Iron Man, the first Scottish wrestler ever to compete at Kwakwan Hall in Tokyo, Japan. He's going to defeat
Noah Rules. Introducing first, from Glasgow, Scotland, Joe Coffey!
Joe Coffey going to compete against a Japanese wrestler that he knows and has studied well, Jimbo.
Absolutely. Joe Coffey's got, much like Joe Henry later tonight, has an opportunity here to really make his mark and turn heads from promoters, gentlemen around the world, if he can beat this legend from Japan.
Well, they say Minoru Suzuki is one of the toughest men in the world, tougher than steel, but I tell you what, he's not tougher than iron. And he's going to find out tonight against the Iron Man, Joe Coffey. This guy has been in every single war you can imagine in WCPW, and he's going to refuse to lose. See what I did there?
Well, you're very heavy metal oriented, but I see where you're trying to take up for the home team. But the former ICW World Champion and Scottish Heavyweight Champion has his work cut out for him here tonight.
I suggest Joe Coffey bring it tonight. That is, if he wants to survive this man. Morning, you and I rode the train up with Minoru Suzuki, and I was a little intimidated. Didn't want to say hello.
Well, I'll tell you, he is an intimidating man. Just the look, the glare in his eye. A two-time All Japan Pro Wrestling Triple Crown champion, two-time All Japan Champion Carnival winner, former GHC Heavyweight champion. He won the King of Pancrase Openweight tournament. And just the intimidation factor of facing a legend in his own time in his chosen sport has to be weighing on Joe Coffey no matter what kind of face he puts on in public.
Well, we'll find out tonight if Joe Coffey can become an assassin or an errand boy. This is a dangerous human being, so acclaimed, top MMA guys around the world, and somewhere in the conversation, Minoru Suzuki's name will likely be discussed.
And another important thing to mention in this match, guys, is that normally in WCPW, the pile driver is banned. But we are doing this under Noah rules, which means the pile driver ban is lifted for this one contest. And we all know the success that Suzuki has had with that Gotch-style pile driver. So Joe Coffey is going to have to watch his back and his vertebrae.
That's right. That was one of the concessions that the WCPW general manager made to get a legend like Suzuki to compete in this ring tonight, is that this match would be competed under Pro Wrestling Noah rules, which means it's Suzuki's home court advantage, even though it is certainly Joe Coffey's homeland.
Do you guys know anything about the second that Suzuki has brought to the ring?
I mean, you know, the thing with Suzuki, he's a guy that can get any young boy, as they call him in Japan, that he wants. And Suzuki has just got a line of these guys that want to stand underneath the learning tree and find out exactly what has made this guy so terrified. I mean, even his haircut terrifies me.
Well, 30 years ago, it was Suzuki as a young boy training under Karl Gotch, the god of Japanese puroresu. He trained under Yoshiaki Fujiwara, the submission master, and also the great British star Billy Robinson, the biggest British star ever to hit American shores.
And we're not even far from Wigan, so maybe we're going to see some of that Billy Robinson influence.
Some snake pit action, JR.
Yeah, I love it. You got to love the men that came out of Wigan.
Look at Suzuki's hair.
The legendary Billy Riley coached many men, including Gotch and Robinson. They were dangerous. They were hookers. They were men that were feared everywhere they went for their ability to inflict pain and cripple people with very little effort.
I can tell you this, you can always tell how tough a guy is. I'm somewhat embellishing here. Look at the footwear. Look at the footwear, the traditional pro wrestling footwear of Joe Coffey, and the, as they call them, shooter boots.
Suzuki, not a pad on his body. He doesn't intend to be bruised. He likes to do the bruising. Boy, this crowd, incredible. JR, as you know, the live event here was sold out weeks in advance. The only way to see it now is like the folks are seeing it on the internet, on the Fight app.
Nice dip up by Minoru Suzuki. Suzuki will dictate the pace in this match, I can assure you.
And the intimidation factor of Suzuki, you know, you just look at the guy and his stance and his motions. It's like taking a time machine going back in time at a time when wrestlers were known as those grapplers, those shooters, those real men. And Joe Coffey comes from a new generation, and that's got to intimidate him because you feel you're in there with somebody who could, I don't know, rip a phone book in half.
Well, if Joe Coffey win, lose, or draw this match can not be intimidated, that's also going to be taken into consideration as others try to book him going down the road. Whoa, that was not smart.
Clean break and then a slap in the face, I'll tell you. Yeah, Coffey has the youth advantage and even a little bit of weight advantage, but certainly nothing in the way of experience and possibly not toughness.
And there's those legendary stories about Rick Rude being able to knock somebody out with a slap, but you see a slap like that from Suzuki, he's not far off it. Joe Coffey must have an iron jaw.
Hard leg kicks by a shoed, wearing boots, no bare feet, as we'd see in MMA. So you can only imagine how lethal the kicks are. So Kimura
went for the Kimura there.
We should call what it is, a double wrist lock. I'm sorry. Joe Coffey reasserting himself psychologically back in this match.
He's not going to back down to the reputation of Suzuki, but he may have to back down to the aggression. Wow. Oh!
The bigger Joe Coffey leaving his feet, scoring with that shoulder block.
And Coffey really made a name in the United Kingdom for ICW, Insane Championship Wrestling, which is known for its ECW-esque violence and weapons. And you come here and you've got a strong style match like this. It's a whole nother style that you have to learn.
Well, they don't call Coffey the Scottish Iron Man for nothing, and he's going to be looking for the discus lariat that he calls the Black Coffee. And there he goes for it. Oh, Suzuki counter.
Oh, PTR armbar over the rope. A lot of damage being done right now as Suzuki hyperextends the arm of Joe Coffey.
That wasn't legal, but he broke within the referee's count.
And it was done on the right arm.
Watch out, boys.
Coffey is right-handed.
Oh, for hell, we're already in danger over here.
Oh. Gosh. Sickening thuds.
Look at Suzuki brush it off. Wait a minute, that's my drink.
JC, does he know the line he's crossed?
He's crossed the line with my Sprite.
Well, it is. Don't worry about it. It won't hurt him. It's got no caffeine in it.
And it tastes exactly like 7-Up.
And the referee being distracted by Suzuki's attendant.
He just hit Coffey over the head with that bottle with it not even been cracked open yet. The bottle, I'm not talking about his head.
Referee trying to negotiate both men to get back in the ring.
And that's where having no...
It's going to be a tough negotiation.
Hey.
Oh, look.
And wait a minute. Hey, whoever this man is in the mask, asserting himself physically while Suzuki has a conversation with the referee.
I was going to say, far be it from me to question the people that pay the bills here, but it's very bizarre, a situation to have a Noah Rule style match, JC, and to have a ref that doesn't speak Japanese. That's going to be a problem.
Well, I think in any language, this is against the rules. This is not a street fight. We're going to see one of those later on tonight. This is a wrestling match at exhibition under Noah rules, and none of those apply here. Right now, it's a handicap match.
It certainly is, and that's not good. That's not good for Joe Coffey. It's not good for Scotland.
Look at the look on Coffey's face. He is pissed.
And El Desperado's the guy who really has made, as tough as Suzuki is, El Desperado's been a difference maker in this one, big time.
You finally remembered his name. Thank you, Alex.
I had it there all along.
That.
I was just testing you.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
El Desperado. Not the Eagle song.
Coffey, he's had all he can stand, he can't stand no more.
Nice hard shots with the knees, knee strikes. I wonder how high threshold of pain Suzuki must have, for God's sakes.
Well, it looks like we might just find out, Jim.
Well, he's daring Coffey to hit him harder.
Hard European uppercuts. Make Billy Robinson proud.
Whoa. That right hand would make Mike Tyson proud. It was an open-handed slap.
Uh-oh, another submission attempt by Minoru Suzuki. And he is now has a commanding presence in position and technique on Joe Coffey.
Well, Suzuki can put a ham sandwich on your back and starve you to death, and he is tying Coffey up in Boy Scout knots. Look at your boy over there was pulling the rope farther back so that Coffey couldn't reach it to necessitate the break.
And you got to believe El Desperado's a guy that wants to climb up the ladder in Japanese wrestling, and he could see Joe Coffey. If Coffey can get a win here over Suzuki, that's going to raise the stakes for Joe Coffey as a guy that can fly over to other parts of the world. So maybe there's a little bit of an edge to that from El Desperado.
Well, you hear the smack of the meat in the flesh, JR.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you one thing, Joe Coffey is giving Suzuki everything Coffey has. Everything. And thus far has not derailed. Look at this chancery.
Front face lock. That is a submission hold when applied by a master. It will cut the oxygen off, the blood to the brain. And oh my God, look, he's in full guard standing. I don't even know what to call that.
Look at Coffey. Look at my
strength,
God.
the power of Joe Coffey. Amazing strength and resiliency of Joe Coffey to counter what looked to me just moments away from a submission.
Well, now Suzuki has a grimace instead of a growl on his face. And look at Coffey, he's got a new lease on life.
This may be the only opportunity that Joe Coffey has to put this match away.
I'll keep your eye on the Iron Man, guys. Second top. Huge crossbody. Wow.
The crossbody, springboard crossbody off the top. Hook of the leg. And he got a near fall.
It's that agility of Coffey that you just don't expect from the Iron Man.
No, not a guy that size to spring to the top rope like that.
Great athleticism and balance by Joe Coffey. But again, Minoru Suzuki right back in control.
Language that you can only hear on the Fight app, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, God almighty. The cover and a near fall. Man, what a shot. What a strike by Minoru Suzuki.
I don't know if that was sweat or teeth that I saw fly out of the mouth of Joe Coffey.
Hopefully it was perspiration, not a molar.
Could have been a bicuspid.
And can you imagine what it would mean for Joe Coffey if he beat Suzuki here? Broadcast around the globe on iPay-per-view. I mean, that would open up a huge door for him. And also, can you imagine the disrespect for the Japanese wrestlers if Suzuki was to lose here? Well, I mean, that's a huge thing.
It would instantly make Joe Coffey's name. Suzuki needs no more reputation, and these two guys are duking it out.
Mano a mano here. WCPW bringing it with some physicality here in our first wrestling match of this pay-per-view. I know this. I've seen enough of Joe Coffey here tonight to know he's a tough son of a gun.
Oh, he went for that black coffee.
Well, again. Oh, he hit it!
Got Coffey covered. The hook of the leg. Oh, my God. Suzuki able to kick out. Coffey can't believe it. Neither can the audience here. Packed house, and neither can we.
I don't know that this audience has ever seen somebody kick out of the black coffee.
No. And that was a close kick out.
Front face lock by Coffey.
Oh, the sleeper, his other specialty.
Countered by Coffey on Suzuki.
Oh,
Black Coffey looking, but Suzuki again catching Coffey in the sleeper hold. Good around as long as a wrist lock.
The harder your heart is pumping, the more effective the sleeper is, and the quicker it takes effect, JR.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. The carotid artery has been crimped.
Oh,
flow of blood to the brain.
He's going for the pole driver.
He learned it from Carl Gotch.
The Gotch-style pile driver, legal tonight with no rules. Look at the strength, the balance, the concentration, and making Coffey think about it.
And after that sleeper.
Man, what a pile driver.
Can he?
Academic.
Here is your winner, Minoru Suzuki.
Well, for fans in Japan, they can't be surprised that Minoru Suzuki won the match. But I am very impressed at the toughness, the resilience, and the will to compete of this young Joe Coffey.
Amazing performance in my mind, JR. Even though he didn't win, he came just that short. And now look at these guys putting themselves to injury.
Let's don't call for that.
Joe Coffey has made a name and a reputation for himself here tonight, even in a loss. To hang with a legend like that, with another guy helping.
And the real question for now is, if this wasn't a Noah rules match, but a WCPW rules match, and that pole driver was banned, would the result have been different?
I have to think it might.
And we'll never know. I can tell you this, folks. Google Mr. Suzuki. Think about this man. Learn about him. You're going to know that you were here to watch an amazing matchup.
Oh, and a little disrespect your way, JR, on the way out. This guy, he's the kind of guy that likes to start the day off with a smile to get it over with. Oh, now they're kicking him on the floor.
No sportsmanship, a lack of class by a guy that has earned so much respect. And Minoru Suzuki lost a lot of respect from a lot of fans here tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, another young man that has a lot of respect from many of us is Alberto El Patron, who's here tonight with an agenda. And the agenda is to make some history. That goes for all three men in this matchup.
That's right. It's going to be a triple threat match to crown the first ever What Culture Pro Wrestling Internet Champion. a modern update of the old World Television title, and we're going to see this triple threat match with El Patron taking on two men that you know very well, Alex.
Well, El Ligero is one of the greatest British wrestlers of the last 10 years, but the wild card in this match is Travis Banks. This guy came all the way from New Zealand to WCPW. He's hungry, and he might just walk out with that belt.
Well, let's take a look at this match here.
By God, for as long as I am the Ring of Honor World Champion, you are 100% guaranteed a shot. It's just that I can't do it today.
We've advertised El Ligero versus Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor title and refused to lose. But Jay Lethal's just lost that title to Adam Cole. But we've already promoted it. I just don't know what to do.
Create a new WCPW title. It's the internet title. Put Jay Lethal, El Ligero in a match to name the first internet champion.
I love it. I mean, that works perfect.
Jay Lethal has had to pull out due to contractual obligations in Japan. He will no longer be in that match for the internet title. However, I have booked a replacement. This man.
El Patron is fired up!
I'm not as Martian. I'm a motherfucking wrestler! You do not deserve any title shot. That title shot belongs to me.
Alberto El Patron versus Big Damo. If Alberto wins, you're fired!
Well, he wanted the match.
Damo's going to the top, but oh my God! Rarely for one strike, taking down Big Damo.
And look at the kick. The kick over is planning here. Double foot stop. It's swallowed by Damo. Are we going to see that ulster plantation? No, we're not. Oh, cross-armbreaker. Cross-armbreaker. And he's tapped. He's tapped. He's tapped. Big Damo's career is over in WCPW.
Last week, I beat El Ligero, and he's having a title match. Roll over for Kirby, and do the same for me. Nah. Yes. Fine. Awesome, man. Awesome. Good work, man. Awesome. You did the right thing, actually. So yeah,
I just spoke to Adam, and it's not a singles match anymore, my friends. It's a triple threat. It's going to be El Ligero, El Patron, and Travis Banks. I already beat him last weekend.
Whoa, wait a minute. What is this? Well, I did say it was going to be a real scoop. Alberto El Patron taking on El Ligero. But everything's really broke out backstage here at Loaded.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, interesting setup and a build to this matchup. All three men got a case to make.
And these three, they can't get along, so tonight they're going to get it on. The winner will be the first ever WCPW Internet Champion.
And what better way to kick off the Internet title by broadcasting it live on Internet pay-per-view?
Makes perfect sense, doesn't it, to me?
Three men competing for one title. First man to score pinfall or submission wins it. As a girlfriend told me one time, it might not be first, there might be another, but there'll only be one guy that's first. Or something like that.
Something like that. Travis Banks, a native of Auckland, New Zealand, JR, former New Zealand heavyweight champion, and I understand he's a very talented rugby player as well.
Well, he's the toughest thing to come from New Zealand since the Bushwhackers and the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Well, He's another guy that's trained in a number of mixed martial arts, combat sports disciplines, trained in Japan under Masato Tanaka, was influenced by the Dynamite Kid, and he's also trained with contemporaries I know well, Davey Richards and Kyle O'Reilly, who are MMA fanatics in the pro wrestling game.
Well, they call him the Kiwi Buzzsaw, and you're going to find out why. This guy is a brutal, strong-style competitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is a triple threat match set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit, and it will decide the first ever WCPW Internet Champion. Introducing first, hailing from Auckland, New Zealand, and winning tonight at 193 pounds, he is the Kiwi Buzzsaw, Travis Banks!
Travis Banks has an opportunity to make some history here. Take back to New Zealand with him. Might make Tony Garea proud. Back in my day.
JR, you're so old, when you started in television, it was radio.
Correct. I actually called the first Abe Lincoln, Stephen Douglas match back in Illinois in 1860. El Ligero.
He's an amazing guy.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing the second competitor from Los Angeles, Mexico, and winning tonight at 183 pounds, this is the Mexican sensation, El Ligero!
Now this young man turned pro at the age of 16. He's now a 15-year veteran, and he wrestled more matches than any wrestler in the world in 2015, and he's already competed in over 250 contests in the year 2016.
Amazing.
That's the thing about the United Kingdom's wrestling scene. There is more wrestling per square mile in this country than anywhere else in the world. Sometimes Ligero wrestles twice a day. You know, that's the advantage he's got. And Travis Banks, that's why he's come to the United Kingdom. But you can't forget the third man, Alberto El Patron. I mean, they don't come from much better pedigree than that.
More wrestlers per square mile. There must be the divorce rate must be amazing in England.
You would have to think it was, and I'll tell you this, that's why this man has come here, because the United Kingdom has become the hotbed for professional wrestling, possibly even supplanting the United States.
Former WWE champion.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing the third and final competitor from San Luis, Mexico, winning tonight at 230 pounds. This is Alberto El Patron!
Alberto El Patron involved in apparently an assault back in the States from a knife-wielding assailant. But we're glad that he's here tonight because he's got a chance also to leave this country with a little bit of history.
Well, that's exactly why he's here tonight, to become the first WCPW Internet Champion. As we mentioned, the United Kingdom has become the hotbed for pro wrestling in Scotland, Ireland, all over England. Crowds in the thousands, such as is here tonight, attending live professional wrestling matches. And Alberto El Patron, a man who is descended from Mexican lucha libre royalty. His father, Dos Caras, his uncle, Mil Mascara, second only to El Santo, as the most famous luchador of all time.
And El Patron's first match after leaving WWE was in WCPW. He came here and he loved it so much he beat Big Damo, retired Big Damo from this company, and there was no way, despite what's happened to him in the past 7 days, he was going to miss this.
Well, WCPW, the hottest of the hot in the United Kingdom, the promotion that everybody wants to work for. JR, that's why you and I are here.
Absolutely. So it's the first ever Internet Championship matchup to crown a new champion. First man to score a pin or submission will win the title, which is being placed on our announce table.
And they're wasting no time.
Alberto Del Rio singling out the New Zealander Travis Banks.
It's an international incident.
You saw what went on earlier, folks, in the video package. Banks and Patron both defeated Ligero to qualify for this match, but under very shady and controversial circumstances.
Well, that lasted a while, didn't it?
Great teamwork while it lasted.
No honor among thieves.
DDT scored by Alberto Del Rio on Banks, and now Del Rio focusing on El Ligero. And I will apologize for misnaming Alberto El Patron. Old habits are hard to break.
Possibly in another life, he was identified as such. Right now, Ligero, drop kick to the nether regions. It looked like.
I think he's got him in a quadricep, which could take Del Rio, Patron completely out of the equation.
Oh, and Ligero went for that C4L, that tornado springboard DDT, and Travis Banks had it well scouted.
Well, as the Dean would say, these guys are quicker than a hiccup.
They are. Standing moonsault, both knees right to the solar plexus. I thought that could do it. A dynamic execution.
Ligero, a two-time 3CW champion, former Progress Wrestling champion. Look at waistlock here. Oh my God!
Nice suplex. And El Patron interrupts the count to continue this match. Again, the first man to win by pinfall or submission will leave the champion.
Of course, the Internet Championship, as I mentioned before, the updating of the old Television Championship. We're in an internet age, JR. We gotta roll with the changes.
Does it include Twitter? Covered by El Patron.
I think you get to be champion of Twitter if you win this match too. What do you think, Alex?
Oh, you can't forget Facebook. Even my mum's on that.
Well, whether they're going to be twittering or twattering, these three guys are battling it out. Del Rio's the guy with the size advantage in this thing, but these other guys are so much quicker. Which do you think is going to win out in the end, Jimbo?
I've always heard that size matters. I've never professed that philosophy, but
I was always hoping it wasn't true.
I like El Patron's chances.
And for a Mexican wrestler, Patron, unless you stand next to him, you can't give justice to just how big he is. He's the biggest man in this match.
Well, and that's not a racist remark. It just so happens that many of the luchadors are under 6'2". El Patron is well over that, head first into the steel ring post.
I remember the days when that used to be a disqualification, but of course in this match there are no disqualifications. Very dangerous. Head into the steel post.
Springboard ace crusher there.
Nice cover by El Ligero.
And he's found success with that move in the past here in WCPW, but it wasn't to be.
With Alberto on the outside and not in the fray, now's the time these two guys in the ring really need to take advantage. Maximize their minutes. Cover. Thanks for the near fall.
They are turning up the sauce. And El Patron, is he down for the count, or is he simply resting and allowing look, he's got one eye on his opponents. He's allowing them to beat each other senseless so that he can pick the bones, and that's the experience advantage in big money matches that Alberto El Patron possesses.
This is obviously the biggest money match that El Patron has had since he left WWE.
And it's the biggest match ever of Travis Banks' career. Come all the way from New Zealand, but the eyes of the world watching him now. He cannot afford to lose this, in his own mind at least.
Old Moneybags Adam Pacitti, the general manager of WCPW, he's shelled out the big bucks. I know I'm getting more than the gross national product of a couple of third world nations to be here tonight.
I've heard the rumors.
Oh!
Nice running forearm.
Patron is picking his spot. You can see him. And there he goes.
There's the veteran. Cagey, strategic is Alberto El Patron. Gut wrench, backbreaker. We saw that of Billy Robinson doing it.
And another.
Nicely executed. As perfectly done a backbreaker as you're going to see, ladies and gentlemen, from a really talented athlete, Alberto El Patron.
I think up and down the card tonight, you're going to see the influence of guys like Billy Robinson, Johnny Saint, Rollerball Rocco, the pioneers of the world of sports style that has been launched into the 21st century by these amazing athletes.
Whoa. Great leg strength by El Ligero.
Even Alex Shane, you may have launched something.
I'll take that as a compliment, Jim, even though I know that's not how it was intended. You're not scary without your tennis racket.
I wouldn't knock you, you're too big. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
What a backstabbing by El Patron.
With added height off the ropes, but look at Ligero on the top. He was the man left on top of the turnbuckle.
Oh, he calls this the Mexican wave, guys. And if he can hit this,
oh, no!
Too much time for the veteran not to counter. Near leg, hook, near fall, achieved.
I wonder, you see the heavy bandage on the left arm of Alberto El Patron. He was attacked by a knife-wielding assailant just several days ago in the United States. Still was able to make this commitment. And, oh, look.
Banks laid the weeds a little long himself. Sternum first, turnbuckle, roll up, El Ligero, the near fall. Oh, you hear the impact. Cover, and Alberto interrupts the count again to continue this match.
It would be to the advantage of Patron to finish one of these guys off because they're so quick. Sooner or later, one of them is going to capitalize, and he's not going to be able to stop it.
Oh,
good Lord.
Look, he's got him, center of the ring.
Bouchard armbar, nowhere to go for Banks.
But look at Ligero.
Ligero's going to try to... Oh, he's going to stop the submission attempt. The cover. My God, he got a cover on Alberto El Patron. Very resourceful by the masked man, El Ligero.
Patron has trained in mixed martial arts, has had a number of MMA fights, as well as professional wrestling matches. He went to that background there and almost got the victory.
And the referee for this one's referee Steve Linsky. First time we've seen him tonight, the most experienced referee in Great Britain, and what a match to bring him out for. To get his work cut out for him. Well,
the strength of Alberto coming into play there.
Well, Ligero's breath smells like kiwi boot polish after that super kick, but look at Banks.
Took a chance. Banks taking a big chance.
Oh. The match is
over.
Oh, they got it.
El Ligero wins it. El Ligero wins it, and is the first ever WCPW.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and undisputed What Culture Pro Wrestling Internet Champion, El Ligero!
I'm not a person that likes to say I told you so, but I told you what was going to happen. One of those two guys was going to be so quick that Patron was not going to be able to block the pin. That's exactly what happened.
Anything can happen in a triple threat matchup, but I can assure you one thing. Alberto will be back. Alberto will want another opportunity. This time maybe one-on-one against the masked man.
Well, for sure, but tonight is Ligero's night. This is a guy for over a decade has laid the foundations of a UK scene that is back on a global stage. Many people feel that Ligero has been underappreciated, but tonight is all about him. What a victory.
He holds the gold aloft as the first ever Internet champion. He will go down in the history books, ladies and gentlemen, El Ligero.
There'll be other champions. There'll only one man.
Oh, wait a minute.
First.
Patron back in the ring.
Well, Alberto's had a very stressful, obviously, week or so. A long flight, leaving his loved one.
Being attacked by a knife-wielding assailant.
That's kind of what I was referring to in the long last week or so.
That'll make you grumpy.
Yes. The last time I was stabbed, it pissed me off.
Yeah. Now look at that fight as showing his sportsmanship.
Good. Well, pretty classy, I can tell you. Alberto El Patron will be back. But tonight, as Alex said, this is the night to celebrate El Ligero winning the first ever Internet Championship. And that includes Twitter.
And we're just getting started, guys.
JR, we've got Alex Shane's favorite match coming up next. Mr. Brexit himself, Doug Williams, taking on, of course, an American that we both know well, the grandson of the plumber.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes, Doug Williams, two names that a lot of you are very familiar with, and this should be a really interesting contest. Cody Rhodes coming from America here to the UK, here to England, and to wrestle a very proud Brit.
Well, I've tried to get it over and it's not worked so far. I dig Doug. Hashtag. And tonight, that's what it's going to be about.
Hashtag I dig Doug.
My very own political campaign, JC.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special look at these two men.
This is just another example of foreigners coming into our country and capitalising on the success of British wrestling. It's an absolute disgrace. Who's letting these guys in? And something else that gets my goat even more is our guys, British guys, going abroad and working over there. Do they not have any respect for the British scene? It's an absolute disgrace.
How about if we have a match, and if I beat you, and you relinquish your big match against Cody Rhodes?
If I beat you, which is going to happen, you leave WCW forever.
Now, I really just wanted to catch up. Last week, you ended Noam Dar's career.
Jennifer, let's not waste our time talking about Noam Dar. He's young enough to go back and do whatever he was doing before he was a wrestler. I don't know what it was, digging trenches, flipping burgers, it doesn't matter. What I want to talk about is my upcoming match with Cody Rhodes, another one of those Americans coming over here and stealing our jobs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you kind of understand the lay of the land here. Alex, explain this political thing here that Doug Williams is referendum.
It was a global event, but in the UK it was a big deal. The Brexit, Doug Williams is Mr. Brexit, and Cody Rhodes is a physical manifestation of the issues that he has with the foreigners come over here, taking the best spots. Tonight it ends, JR.
You sound like a Trump supporter. If Trump wins the election, I'm moving over here and buying some real estate.
Just putting it out there.
For heaven's sake, Mr. Brexit. I think it's awful hypocritical of Doug Williams because he made his name and his reputation in this industry in the United States.
Introducing first, from Reading, UK, the ambassador of British wrestling, Doug Williams.
A very talented veteran. Man that's got a wrestling school. He spent time at multiple promotions in America, including Euro stomping grounds down in Louisville.
Well, as a matter of fact, this is a battle in Newcastle, England, believe it or not, folks, of two former Ohio Valley Wrestling heavyweight champions, Doug Williams and Cody Rhodes. And I'll tell you, the Louisville market, Louisville, Kentucky, my hometown, has had a profound impact for the last 20 years on the professional wrestling industry. JR, you had a lot to do with that. Everybody from John Cena, Randy Orton on down. These two guys are now two of the best.
Introducing Cody Rhodes, personal ring announcer, One Culture's own Kenny McIntyre.
Kenny?
It's Kenny.
I thought somebody killed Kenny.
I thought somebody killed Kenny. That was on my format.
I have a feeling before this night is over, they may very well. Kenny McIntyre of Inside the Ropes. About as popular as Crotch Rot here in Newcastle.
I know that you mean that with love. And I would fuck you too.
Can you say that on the fight app?
The next man is going to be here. I want to talk about Mr. Brexit over here.
There's a lot of tension between Scotland and Britain.
You see, Doug Williams thinks that the UK should leave the EU, but I think the only person that should leave the UK is Doug Williams. And you know, it occurred to me earlier on today, I was thinking about it. This past Sunday, Cody was in Orlando. And you said before you don't like imports, they're taking the spotlight. So Cody was in Orlando, where you spent 5 years as an import.
Wow.
So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, he's been dashing, undashing, mustaching. He is the star that left him in the dust. Ladies and gentlemen, Cody Rhodes!
He may not be dashing any longer, referring to Cody Rhodes, but he's damn sure talented. His daddy would have celebrated a birthday, folks, this Tuesday, October the 11th. This is always Dusty Rhodes and my favorite weekend because our two teams, Oklahoma and Texas, play football on Saturday. I will be there on the sideline, and the dream will be in my thoughts.
Cody Rhodes get a huge ovation here in Newcastle. I'll tell you what, this young man's father made me and the Midnight Express a ton of money.
That's a young man.
Good luck, Cody. You better shake it or he'll break it, Alex.
I didn't do it, Doug. I just did it because he was stood over me. I was slightly intimidated.
Slightly? You were shaking like a dog shitting peach seeds. Go ahead and admit it.
Can you say that on the Fight app?
Well, they've said everything else.
And you know what, you're talking about Cody Rhodes here, but let me tell you something. How do you think Doug Williams must feel? Because while Cody Rhodes is coming over here for a massive payday, Doug Williams has been laying the foundations of British wrestling. You know, Jim, you talk about the big comeback of the UK scene. Well, Doug Williams is the greatest British export that I can think of my lifetime from a chain wrestling scientific style perspective.
But do you not think that it's hypocritical, Alex, that Doug Williams hates the foreign talent coming into the UK and taking spots from British wrestlers? But as I said before, he made his name in the United States of America as a TNA X Division champion, a TNA television champion, and obviously the most prestigious of all, OVW heavyweight champion. Don't you think it's hypocritical for him to deny others that opportunity? I'm just asking.
It's a good point. But the fact is, Doug Williams, who's been wrestling for over 20 years, he's probably landed on his head so many times he can't even remember that.
Well, you've got a good point there, but if you had hair, we wouldn't be able to see it.
It just makes me a more aerodynamic commentator.
One fall matchup. Doug Williams, that man, the veteran. Cody Rhodes, one-on-one. Look at that dream tattoo over the left pectoral of Cody Rhodes.
And the folks chanting Dusty in honor, obviously, of one of the greatest box office attractions, one of the greatest wrestlers, one of the greatest minds in the history of our fine sport. And I got,
If you will.
If you will.
I take it we're not PG then.
We're not your daddy's wrestling. Cody Rhodes not going to be intimidated here on a cartwheel, because even though Doug Williams is the more experienced veteran, Cody Rhodes has experience in big money, big match situations. A two-time WWE Intercontinental Champion, three-time WWE Tag Team Champion. So he's not going to be intimidated by this big crowd and worldwide television.
Clean break by Williams.
And you know, we speak a lot about what Doug Williams has done in the UK, but I believe Doug Williams is the guy that got the US independent scene more focused on chain scientific wrestling, because Doug Williams went on King of the Indies. Dave Meltzer credited Doug Williams for being such a great scientific wrestler, and then because of that, people like Daniel Bryan, Christopher Daniels, all those people started doing that chain wrestling style once again on the US Indies.
Well, obviously, it's a world of sport influence going back here in the British Isles for decades, but Doug Williams reminds some of Lord Steven Regal, later William Regal. He reminds me a lot of Les Thornton from the 70s. He's very thick and powerful and has a great balance and base.
I can tell you this, that Mr. Regal will take exception to being put in the same sentence as the unmentionable.
Well, oh my God.
Just throw that out there.
I just realized what I did. I'm sorry. Sorry, Mr. Regal, if you're watching at home, and we know you are because everybody in the world is. The fans were chanting Vince is watching before we went on the air.
Rhodes with a wrist lock, countered by Williams, but Rhodes holds on. Nice concentration.
It's interesting to note that Cody Rhodes had a bucket list of people that he wanted to wrestle, and even though he didn't publicly say Doug Williams, he told the management of What Culture Pro Wrestling that Williams was on that list. Williams, on the other hand, did not have Cody Rhodes on his list.
Well, and a lot of us are crossing off some bucket list things. Now, folks, I'll tell you, I don't mind letting you know that on that plane, you could have shoved a lump of coal up my butt and come out with a 10-carat diamond, but I came because of What Culture Pro Wrestling and the chance to work again with JR, and you too, Alex, for that matter.
We appreciate that, Corny.
I'm so excited to be here in this standing room only crowd, and they are wild and they are crazy.
And they're mostly standing. Many have not sat down yet in these seats that they bought. Nice veteran move. Very aggressive by Doug Williams, hanging Rhodes off the top rope.
so many great technicians on tonight's lineup. We're going to see later on Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Also going to see a young man who's come a long way in a short period of time, Joe Hendry, taking on in our main event. But look at Williams.
Good shot. Very delicate is the quadricep femoris. That's the four-headed thigh muscle, or the quad, if you will.
Those can be easily torn if you're over 70 years of age and squatting with heavy weights.
And you know, I'll tell you something, a striking blow to that quad can really knot it up. And once that goes, the quad goes, what they say, one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, that's what you get.
And you know what? It's hard to kick the ass when you only got one leg. Look at Williams.
Oh, nice. Williams using the ropes. The knee drop, the cover, and Rhodes kicked out at one.
And that knee drop is a prelude to the bomb scare knee drop, that huge knee drop he does from the top, and also the rolling, bridging German superplex, the chaos fearing.
Mr. Brexit taking a forearm there. You know, this whole Brexit thing cost me a lot of money in the States. The pound is at a 31-year low, by the way, against the U.S. dollar. But Stephen Wolf, a member of Parliament, got punched out today over the Brexit situation. Doug Williams should have been there to be his bodyguard.
Rhodes now trying to, and does. Cradles Williams, got a near fall to Cody Rhodes. And the European-style uppercut. We've seen Dory Funk Jr. use that as in his NWA title reign very effectively.
But he appropriated it from guys like Billy Robinson and the great world of sports stars that came before.
And Billy Robinson with loosened teeth.
You ain't kidding, and then he'd chew on them.
And YouTube Billy Robinson, wrestlers wrestling. You'll love it. I watched it today twice.
He's an amazing technician, an amazing athlete, one of the pioneers of. As a matter of fact, he invented the cartwheel guard pass that's used today in modern mixed martial arts, did Billy Robinson.
He was my broadcast partner in Access TV and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Josh Barnett's mentor, his teacher, his coach.
Oh, wait a minute, I've just noticed, I'm so glad, I'm so unhappy that our broadcast partner, Alex Shane, is having microphone issues. I think you unplugged yourself, Alex. You might want to duck down under the table while you're down there. Well, nevertheless.
Doug Williams looks like he's going to scale to the top. And Rhodes now intervening in what Williams perhaps had on his mind to execute some offense to the top.
Cody Rhodes has such heart. He has walked away from big money in order to pursue he feels is best for him.
Suplex off the top. And the veteran Doug Williams being pressured by Cody Rhodes, has fought his way back into this thing.
The fans count along with the referee, both men down to the count of 5.
Count house at 10. That's the magic number.
Oh!
Nice right hand by Williams, and Rhodes counters.
I'll tell you what, nobody in the Rhodes family was born without a heart the size of Texas.
Wow. Nice flying forearm. The pace quickens. The quicker, younger Cody Rhodes.
Am I back on? Oh, I'm back on.
Wow.
What did I miss?
Just in time to see Mr. Brexit looking for the exit.
Well, that was a conspiracy, wasn't it? I had a whole political speech on it.
Now, first Donald Trump blames his microphone, and now you blame yours.
Bloody liberals.
Oh, we don't have to have that conversation, do we? Look out.
Rhodes. Wow. What a shot by Rhodes. Got Doug Williams right in the face.
Wait a minute. Look at Cody Rhodes. Look at the agility.
Oh, Cody Rhodes leaping off the top in a career-threatening offensive maneuver.
I got to be honest. I think Cody went for a flying double sledger across body, but his foot slipped and they headbutted. Cody Rhodes gave him a diving headbutt from the top rope. I'm surprised they're not split wide open.
Both men could be concussed. They'll be checked by the medical staff when this one's over for sure. And Williams follows Rhodes in.
At least they have free health care here.
And the cover by Williams. And Rhodes in deep trouble now.
Yeah, all those foreigners coming over here taking all our health care as well, Jim. That's another. You're lucky Doug Williams didn't hear you.
I wish you'd go to the doctor for a voice box transplant.
I mean, these are just what Doug has told me to put.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing. These crowd chants are about as entertaining as anything I've experienced in a long time.
The atmosphere here live is electric, folks. If you get the chance to see What Culture Pro Wrestling live, you got to take it. And there's a chance that Cody Rhodes is going to take.
Wow, big chance. Nothing there. As Gordon Soley would say.
And Williams went for that Chaos Theory.
Snapmare takeover. Williams now.
Tom's getting knee drop, JR.
Back in control.
He's going to do it. If he hits this, it's all over for Rhodes. I'm calling it.
Doug Williams, not known as a...
Williams with the knee drop.
Do it for England.
No, it doesn't do it.
Not known as a high-flying cruiserweight, but when he drops that knee, if he had just gotten a little more force behind it, I'm afraid that would have been it for Cody Rhodes.
Could it just be now for Rhodes a matter of time, because I can't foresee the veteran, the talented veteran, Doug Williams, letting this advantage slip away.
Oh, he went for that Chaos Theory again.
Rhodes might be thinking crossroads.
Williams, great at escaping and striking on the defense.
Oh, Rhodes.
Oh, no.
Crossroads.
Kick out.
Cody with a crossroads.
He got it. Look at the scene here. It's amazing. The scene here in the UK. Mr. Brexit has gone down to defeat.
Oh, you just love rubbing it in.
Maybe the Brexit vote should have gone down to defeat, you think?
Nice. Imperative effort. Great victory for Cody Rhodes. Fans love Cody Rhodes here in Newcastle, England tonight.
Oh, poor Doug. With the whole world watching. You lot deserve the election result you're going to get.
Cody Rhodes redefining himself, reinventing himself after leaving WWE. Where will his Rhodes take him? No pun intended. This young man is a star. He is a main event wrestling star without question.
He came to a crossroads in his life, JR, and he has successfully passed it. And he is on his way to becoming his own man under his own terms. You've got to admire that.
Oh, look, Williams is coming back.
Well, maybe this match isn't over. Cody Rhodes holding the ropes.
Oh, how magnanimous.
I thought we were going to see a show of sportsmanship, and look at the disappointment on Cody's face. A show of sportsmanship that we thought we'd see from Doug Williams. He's embarrassed his countrymen, Alex.
He's going to go lick his wounds and live to fight another day.
Cody Rhodes kissing the mat. We all know what that symbolizes.
As long as that man is active in professional wrestling, the dream lives on.
And that's what that kiss on the canvas was all about. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a very emotional victory for Cody Rhodes. And I'm just so proud of this young man. And I know his dad would be proud of him as well, Paul.
Well, you got that right. And the fans here in Newcastle, in WCPW, embracing an American. One of the colonists, but they consider him one of their own. The heart, the desire, the passion, the genealogy, the bloodlines that he possesses have won over the hearts of the fans here in all of the United Kingdom.
Outstanding contest. Hope you're enjoying What Culture Pro Wrestling here tonight, live from Newcastle, England. We're happy that you're with us. We thank you for being with us. Got some great stuff still to come. And Alex,
we got something to come that I know a little bit about, and that's a manager that's about to get his ass whipped.
Well, Alex, how did this come about?
Well, I mean, the fact is that Adam Blompier has the biggest balls in British wrestling history. They're massive. They're like beach balls. And Rampage is just envious of not just the testicular fortitude of the man, but also his managerial intelligence. And it's going to come to a head tonight. There you go.
If you took Adam Blampier's balls and rolled them into a drinking straw, it looked like two kernels corn rolling into a storm drain.
And with that, here's Rich.
One match. A street fight. And refuse to lose. And your opponent will be
cheating. Come on.
Rampage!
Oh!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Hey, I can't escape it. I'm 10 seconds from panic again. No, nothing could help me live through this. The memory of my sins. My truth is heavy as I choke. Complacent as I struggle to breathe. Your noose wrapped around my throat. Confession, never wanna be the nameless, the faceless, the godless, the racist, the helpless, the loveless, the voice of the faithless. I choose to sever all my suffering. Until then, I'm 10 seconds from panic. Hey, I can't escape it. I'm 10 seconds from panic again. No, nothing could help me live through this. The memory of myself. I wanna break the motherfucker out the seconds from the hate. Incorporated with the panic. I can't fake this. I know you never did, so forget it. Here we go. Hey, I can't escape it. I'm 10 seconds from panic again. No, nothing can help me live through this. The memory of Hey, I can't escape it. I'm 10 seconds from panic again. No, nothing could help me live through this. The memory of my sin. Hey, I can't escape it. I'm 10 seconds from panic again. No, nothing could help me live through this. The memory of my sin.
Not somewhat underwhelmed by the training of Adam.
Well, meanwhile, Rampage is a beast, a heartless beast. He's got no compassion for his fellow man. He wouldn't give a crippled crab a crutch, and I do not give Adam Plumpier much of a chance of surviving, much less winning this anything goes, no disqualification street fight here tonight.
Well, that's why I'm here, because I think Blompier is the greatest man that ever lived, and we're going to find out exactly why in a matter of moments. Rampage is going down.
Do you have a fever?
I love him.
Would you just check your temperature?
He's
for
the
heaven's
best.
sake. Might be on medication for all we know. I know something about a manager being involved in a wrestling match, and that is a place that Mr. Blompier does not want to be. Oh, for heaven's sake.
Oh God, I'm feeling a spiritual moment.
This is the first wrestling match this young man has ever competed in.
Oh.
He was Rampage's manager, JR, but he betrayed the big man at the WCPW Built to Destroy event and sided with Big Damo, who's been fired as a result, not scheduled to even be here tonight. So,
and look, he's
Young
dressed.
Adams on his own.
He's dressed for war. Look at that.
He looks like he's dressed for a night over at the Queen's Castle drinking tea.
And he was Rampage's original manager, and he decided to ditch Rampage, and that's what led to this war.
I just said that.
I know,
I'm not listening to me.
I'm just doing it in stereo. I was translating.
Ladies and gentlemen. Wait, how much? Rampage weighs 250 pounds. Weighing in at 251 pounds, hailing from the sunny Isle of Jersey, he is the leader of BX and the most charismatic man on the entire YouTube.
It's true, it's true.
He is your one and only Adam Blampier!
He wouldn't weigh 251 pounds, JR, with rocks in his pockets.
And he's not going to fight tonight.
Ah.
No.
Oh, wait a minute.
That buy rate's just dropped.
You see, you all want to see something terrible happen to me because you're all man-children who's never known the love of a proper person. I understand. I do. But you see, Rampage and I are grown men, and grown men, they do business.
Was he going to try to buy his way out of this?
Rampage.
Well, his wrestling inspiration, JC, is Eric Bischoff.
And
we know what
ladies and
happened when Bischoff had that
gentlemen,
much
his
money.
opponent.
It's another reason you should love him.
If you're inspired by Eric Bischoff, you've got mental issues, and we'll talk about it another time. JR, if Blampier loses this, and he apparently is going to in quick fashion, he's going to get fired by Adam Pacitti, the general manager of WCPW.
That's what's on the line. Adam Blampier's job, his career in this organization.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, originally from Leeds and winning tonight at 250 pounds, this is Rampage!
Rampage had his ribs broken. Blampier's men have attacked him. They cost him a possible victory in the Kurt Angle Invitational. He could have been in the main event of tonight's internet pay-per-view, but instead, he's trying to get even with his former manager.
Come on now. Right, so, first of all, Rampage, I just want to start by saying sorry about the ribs. My bad, okay? Thank you. So now, what I have in this briefcase is 643 pounds.
What?
Right?
Post-Brexit, that's a lot.
Money. More money than you or anyone in the back is probably likely to see in a very long time, yeah? So, you take this, take it to a butcher's, buy some meat to punch. I don't know what strong men do. You take this, and we'll be fine, okay? So do we have a deal, Rampage?
Folks, if you're watching in the U.S., that's about $850 American. I just did some quick calculation.
I think that might have been a no. And good thing that Blampier's wearing darks.
Oh my God, he's also wearing a plumber's crack. Look at his, he didn't even wear a belt out here. Good, oh good God.
It's the size of his balls pulling those trousers down. Like
This
asteroids.
is allegedly a street fight. I think it's going to be more like a lamb led to the slaughter.
It's a very well-dressed street. Downing Street. A Downing Street fight.
They're having them on Downing Street, from what I understand. Isn't that where Parliament is? They're having those fights. Oh, for heaven's sake.
The execution, that shoulder tackle.
I've seen a lot of unathletic men in my career, but this young man might be at the top of the list.
Rampage, another guy who turned pro as a teenager at 15, and he's a former two-time British heavyweight champion.
Oh, God. How many nipples are you going to have left after that?
That will loosen your phlegm.
Boom! And that was a revelation to young Adam.
His chest gone redder than the WCPW logo.
That'll make your knees freeze, your liver quiver, and your spleen turn green. Would he pull his pants up?
He needs a new ass. His old's cracked.
Oh, he's going for that.
Oh, what? Now, wait, who have we got here? What's going on here?
Prospect.
Oh, for heaven's sake,
back.
again?
These guys just can't get enough of the spotlight. This group, Prospect.
Well, they've surrounded the ring and surrounded Rampage. Oh, and oh, wait a minute. With a kendo stick. Well, that didn't work.
And now Prospect triple teaming Rampage. 3 men beating the hell out of one.
and call it sympathy for the devil, but in a street fight with no DQ, this is legal.
Well, technically, you're right. And I threw up a little in my mouth when I said that, Alex.
Oh, look out. Let's see. Can Blampier break an egg?
Well,
I'm not sure.
Well, those ribs are injured.
Only because the ribs were already broken by these 3 goons and the rest of his guys.
Exactly. The damage was done on Rampage. He was damaged goods before this match even started.
It's not been that long ago.
One man's goon is another man's difference maker, JC. It's an old English proverb.
I've never heard that one. Look at these. They are just feeding.
Remember, no disqualification if you're wondering how the hell all these men can be in the ring with, I guess, one. And I can't believe that somebody is not coming to the aid of Rampage.
Well, this was scheduled to be a street fight, man on man. Well, man on Blampier with Rampage one-on-one, but instead Kennedy's out here with the perspective.
Right. Now, do you see? Do you see what happens, right? When you mess with the men in charge. Come on, Lucas.
Oh, the boulders are going to fall out. Look, there's a rip in those trousers.
Do you see what happens when you mess with the leader of BX? That's right. And you don't mess with Prospect. That's right, they're going to be the first ever WCPW Tag Team Champions. That's right.
Well, how many of them are going to be the tag team?
You're all legends
6?
to me, mate. You are all...
Whoa!
Rampage, double clothesline. Keep talking, pretty boy. Keep talking.
This just goes to prove.
Adam!
You don't mess with power.
There's something you
now,
need to know.
If you'll excuse me, I have a match to win. Oh, Bob.
Oh, Lord. A thunderous clothesline by Rampage, still holding those injured ribs. But I think this one is in the book, folks.
Blampier may soon be arrested for walking recklessly and attempting to fall.
If you had Rampage winning in under 10 minutes, you may win.
You may already be a winner, JR.
Scoop slam.
This is terrible to watch.
His balls are up in his watch pocket now. Wait a minute, Rampage out on the fall. Now that he has leveled Blampier, he's going after the rest of his boys.
God. What a kick. One man's head goes into the steel post, another guy gets kicked right in the face, and Rampage is raising some hell.
He's also raising the ring skirt, and he's pulling out. He's pulling out a giant table.
Oh, Garcon, table for 2, please. What the hell does Garcon mean?
Oh,
I don't know, but I don't think you got to tip this guy.
And listen to this crowd encourage. Oh! It's Big Damo! It's Big Damo!
He's been fired by the general manager. He's not supposed to be here.
He doesn't work here.
It's a miracle. Hallelujah!
I never got any information on this guy other than he was fired. What the hell? Has he got a ticket? Again, there's no disqualification in this street fight.
Oh, the heavens have opened.
You got 2 big bulls going at each other here in the ring. Damo got to be, what, over 300?
Exactly. Yeah, at least.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
talking of bulls.
Low blow. A low blow.
That's not the first time he's gone to another man's groin, I'll guarantee you.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
In the manner that he did it, yes, there is. And now, once again, these vultures are picking the bones of Rampage.
Man, there is a vendetta to eliminate Rampage from this business. Being led by this pack of dogs in the ring.
And Big Damo, I mean, to see him back here in WCPW, this is a moment. This is a WTF moment.
Well, I guarantee you that this cost Blampier more than $850 American. Get all these guys up on salary, on payroll.
It's cost him more than that in damage to his suit.
Rampage holding.
Oh!
The senton, over 300 pounds, right down on the chest cavity. And now a chair being brought into the ring.
Those ribs were already damaged, JR, and the 300-pounder just crashing down. And now, oh, for heavens, can he lift that chair?
I'm calling for it. Van Terminator.
Oh!
Hard shot by the big man. Oh, my God. Don't tell. Oh! This should be. How's this match continue?
We've got to get some security at
I
this
don't
point.
care if there's no disqualification or not. The safety of the athletes always should come first.
And I'm surprised you guys aren't saying how great Blompier is. This is the greatest scientific match since Brett and Shaw went an hour.
Oh, Alex.
Blompier is a...
This way, Silver Rats.
What? Oh.
It's the general manager. Oh, look who he's sending to the ring.
Oh, look at that Moustache Mountain. There's Moss and Slater. Everybody's out here. Joe Coffey.
Well, we finally got some reinforcements.
It's like a Saturday night in Wigan.
How dare they interrupt this technical masterpiece that we were witnessing?
Can we get some audio problems for Alex Shane again? It was better that way. We had just a briefcase over the top of Coffey's head from Damo.
But look who's the last man standing.
I'd say it looks like a wreck on the interstate, but they don't have them over here.
Blompier is still standing.
But the match is not over.
Well,
Sir Alex, the match is not over.
The interlopers have been routed.
Oh, no.
Blompier, a boil on the ass of life.
And now it's Rampage and Blompier again. Once again.
Oh! A low blow. Put the little bastard out of his misery, will you? Just beat him. Beat him now.
Do you think he needs him rubbed better?
Wait a minute, that table being set up in the middle of the ring. Normally, I don't go for this furniture business, but I got to be honest with you, this little prick deserves it. Referee, and the referee gets a round of applause.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh! Somebody get a spatula!
My God, what a restaurant quality power bomb through the chair.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the street fights, Rampage!
They are jammed into this arena with Vaseline. You couldn't get another breathing human in here, and every single one of them are on their feet.
I'll tell you what, Rampage went through hell and high water and came back to win this matchup with bad ribs and all.
Oh, God, please, no, don't take any more off. We'd need a telescope to see it anyway.
Oh, my God. That thing may have cooties on it, for God's sake. You want this? I need Purell. That's horrible.
Please, give me some.
You want some Purell?
Anything. Gasoline.
Clorox.
Set me on fire.
Bleach.
Cleanse me. Those pants hit me right in the head. Oh.
Well, we're glad that this is a no disqualification match because it would have been over a long time ago if it had been. But thank God the match is over, and medical people and attendants are coming to the aid of the diapered manager.
Blompier looks like he's got a couple of those mushy peas they serve over here with the fish and chips inside those shirts.
Talk about kicking a man when he's down. The greatest list maker that ever lived.
Mike, did I get any on me, JR, when those pants landed on me?
I'd rather not talk about it right now.
Is that pubic hair or are you growing a moustache?
They are putting Blompier on a stretcher, ladies and gentlemen. No surprise there after what he just endured. But you got to believe that somewhere now that Rampage is even going to be more of a marked man.
Well, I don't know what you can follow that with except a wrestling match that may be a little bit easier on the eyes, ladies and gentlemen, because the What Culture Pro Wrestling Women's Championship, this guy will never get a girl again after they saw me with him. Well, don't tell my wife I said that. Stacy, I love you.
All right, Alex. What do you know about these two ladies that are going to get it on here momentarily?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the biggest highlights in WCPW, and as you can probably tell there's been a load, has been the women's division. Nixon Newell has dominated that division, but tonight the reign may come to an end at the hands of Kimberly. It's going to be something unmissable.
It's going to be a one-fall match for the WCPW women's title, as we said.
And there he goes, feet first.
Yeah.
Wish he'd have kept his drawers on, for heaven's sake, but as we said...
tragic.
Thank God he was wearing underwear.
Nixon Newell, he wasn't three-balling. Nixon Newell from Wales and Kimberly from Seattle. So it's another battle of the UK against the United States of America, folks, for the women's title.
The lovely and talented SoCal Val, representing the Fight TV app, F-I-T-E. Fight like you mean it, Val.
Kimberly, the challenger, former Chikara grand champion.
The contest is scheduled for one fall, and is for the WCPW Women's Championship. Introducing first, from Seattle, Washington, Kimberly.
You know,
very athletic young lady.
The women's wrestling scene, at least certainly in America, is becoming revitalized, reinvented, if you will. And I just got to wonder how that's going to translate, or how is it, Alex, translated here in your country?
It's translated amazingly, because these are going to be, I mean, WCPW has welcomed some of the best female athletes we've seen in this country in probably 20 years, and you're going to see why, I predict, in this match.
Kimberly with a nice little shoulder tattoo.
She's nicknamed Princess Palm Strike.
Wow.
And her opponent, from the Welsh Valley, she is your WCPW Women's Champion, Nixon Newell.
One of our crew members tried to trip the women's champion. I think he tried to get a date with her that way. JR, Nixon Newell has an open door policy on title defenses. She will face anybody, anywhere after defeating B. Priestley for the title in a last woman standing match.
Hey, it takes a lot of guts and courage for to sign a match of that nature in any gender.
And it was an incredible match as well. I mean, that was one of the matches that put the women's division on the map here in WCPW. But what it did, guys, is it sent out a flare that all the women from around the world have seen, and now Nixon Newell has a huge, huge target on her head.
Well, and let's not delude ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. The resurgence of popularity of women's wrestling and the emphasis on their athleticism, and they're being taken seriously, all due, of course, to Ronda Rousey in the UFC, but now that has given an opportunity for so many athletic women to replace some of the questionable lingerie model choices made by some previous administrations of major promotions, and focus instead on some young ladies that know their business, train hard, work hard, and fight hard.
I'm a big fan of women's wrestling. Always have been. All the way back to the great Mildred Burke. Who's Mildred Burke, Daddy? Well, Google it.
The Queen of the Ring.
Absolutely.
She was the first woman in the United States, besides Babe Diedrichson Zaharias, to make over $100,000 a year.
This lock led by the champion, Nixon Newell. One-fall matchup. Kimberly, big opportunity here. The biggest event in the history of WCPW. Just being on the card is an accomplishment for anybody. To win on this card is big. To win a championship tonight is even bigger.
Well, the world is watching. Not only the United Kingdom, not only the live crowd here, jam-packed wall-to-wall in Newcastle, but the entire world via the internet has access through the Fight app, through the internet pay-per-view, to see these athletes compete tonight. And you can see these young ladies are putting their heart and their soul into it. We've got two big main events still to come for the WCPW Heavyweight Championship. Martin Kirby challenging Joseph Connors, and of course, the match that many of the folks came here to see, JR, local hero Joe Hendry taking on the American hero Kurt Angle.
Drag takedown. An arm drag that would make Ricky Steamboat proud.
What would Jack Briscoe have to say about it, however?
Whatever he wanted. Yeah, oh, look at that. Oh, a little misdirection right on the foot. I was thinking a gut shot, but it was a stomp to the foot. Look at this vertical suplex. Nice strength. Remember the great British Bulldog Davy Boy Smith, who used to execute that? Let all that blood rush to the brain, and then bam.
And then the concussive effect.
Here we go. Near fall, Nixon Newell, their title on the line.
We said earlier this was not your daddy's wrestling. Well, folks, this is not your mama's ladies wrestling. This is not the fabulous Moolah and the great Mae Young. As wonderful as they were, this is a new generation.
And if I don't want to make. Oh, look at that!
Wow, look at that.
Wait!
Oh, good Lord!
The split didn't hurt her, but that knee sure did.
No doubt. But with the leg and the challenger.
And I don't want to make anyone feel old here, but Nixon Newell was born in 1994. That is crazy.
The socks I am wearing right now on my feet are older than the WCPW Women's Champion.
Oh, my gosh. Will you stop?
Well,
that's my gorilla.
I'm careful with a dollar. Whoa. Oh, nice. Right to the side of the temple.
Great accuracy by the champion. And the cover now. Near fall created by Nixon Newell, the champion, against Kimber Lee.
Still can't believe what we saw and what we almost saw from that last street fight match. Is that the end of Adam Blampied? Many of the people here are hoping and praying that it is. They said he was going to get fired if he lost. He lost.
I thought Doug Williams being beaten by Cody Rhodes was the low point. It got lower.
I'll agree with you. Anything Blampied's involved with, he's lower than a snake's belly in a wagon rut.
I didn't mean it in that way.
Well, you ought to choose your words more carefully, Alex.
Nice block by Kimber Lee, firing up on the champion. Knife edge chops, stinging knife edge chop. Scissor kick.
It's just incredible, JR, the action that WCPW is presenting in their first year of existence. Some promotions never attain these heights, never get this big, never feature stars like this. They haven't even been around a year. The best is yet to come here.
We've had a great time here. Been treated like this so professionally. Certainly appreciate the WCPW having us here. Had a great crowd in London on Wednesday night. A sellout.
Shining Wizard there by the champion. Just the two.
Nice Shining Wizard.
One of the shiniest wizards I've ever seen.
Shinier than Gandalf. That was a wizard.
We passed that train station today also. Waist lock. Go behind. JR, these young ladies may have trained in the snake pit themselves.
Nice chain wrestling. Exchanging waist locks.
Oh, suplex!
Oh, man, that was a driving suplex.
Oh, but look in the ring. What?
And wait. The counter by the champion, Nixon Newell. She survived a suplex to get right back in it. Both of them now are. They're on the same page. They both want to win, and they're going to win apparently with strikes.
Great minds think alike, and they also suffer brain damage at the exact same time. They're halfway there.
It would be a shame for this match to end on a countout. If so, the champion Nixon Newell will retain. Look at this crowd. And it's that way all the way around. 360 degrees here.
This is a war of attrition at this point between these two young ladies that, I don't know. I'd like to be on a date with one of them if somebody attacked me on the street with a knife.
Look at Nixon Newell just shaking it off.
Very unladylike forearm shots.
I'm not sure of the wisdom of daring your opponent to hit you in the face, but it is a psychological tool.
Newell followed in. Kimber Lee caught her with a reverse elbow.
No.
And again, Nixon Newell beating Kimber Lee with the punch. Wide, inaccurate clothesline. Didn't have a chance of connecting. The cover hook of the far leg got a near fall.
Well, at this point, you get fatigue is harming the accuracy.
Oh, absolutely. No, I get that. And plus those suplexes will kind of screw with your equilibrium as well.
Oh, she's just being dropped on
Look
your
at
head
this
3 or 4 times.
Oh, she went for that Canadian destroyer.
Near fall created.
Couldn't get it, turned it into a sunset.
Kimberly really relying on a clothesline.
Oh, good Lord.
Double arm suplex.
What?
Man, Kimberly stacked up that cordwood.
There, she got it.
She got dropped right on her head from that suplex to the challenger, Kimberly, and the champion is going to retain. Or not. Did she get on a 3 count?
Well, I believe she got the 3. It looked to me like Nixon Newell. She couldn't hold the bridge, but she did turn over and get a cover. Is that the 3 count? Yes, it is. The referee wait. No, wait. Oh, Kimberly says hell with that.
Champion Nixon Newell.
The champion wins the match fair and square with that dynamic suplex, and then Kimberly now.
They were slow on the bell because the referee was making the signal. Bellman didn't see it. Now Kimberly is not taking this line down.
There was some confusion at the end of the match.
That'll make an impact on pay-per-view.
That is a strike right to the spine by the disgruntled challenger for the WCPW Women's title.
Have a seat, said Kimberly. That's what she said when I let her up.
Wow, this. Let me tell you something. If these 2 women ever wrestle again, I will predict there will be a different outcome, much different.
She didn't see the stop sign and took a turn for the worse. That escalated quickly. Nixon Newell is. We might better need to get her some type of assistance from the medical staff in the locker room area.
Well, first of all, the challenger dodged a hell of a bullet, but she got dropped on her head with a suplex. And then we saw her true colors, obviously, when she came back and assaulted the champion. I'm just saying that right now, I think the challenger, Kimberly, is in the head of the champion.
I think she is. You can see it. Nixon Newell didn't want to leave the ring this way on an event this big. With attention of around the world focused on her today, she did not want to leave the ring like that.
A very physical ladies match here tonight here in Newcastle. Again, thanks for being with us, ladies and gentlemen. A couple of huge main events are still to come here tonight. And gentlemen, our next wrestling match in this ring tonight is for the WCPW title.
That's exactly right, but you know something, JR? We've got something coming up. There's somebody else coming to WCPW in the very near future. Before we go to our double main events, we want to hear more about that.
He's got big teeth, this big. Take a look at this, folks, this big. Look at them, they're big.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the video screens.
Apocalypto. Yeah. You need my broken brilliance. Adam, you knew I'd come. Apocalypto. Apocalypto, bro. I will delete WCPW. Nottingham, December 1st, Newcastle. It's over!
Come to mind. Delete that.
Do you think broken Matt Hardy can really, truly delete What Culture Pro Wrestling?
It's going to be very interesting. Hell of a November 30th, December 1st, the fans in this area, let me tell you.
Maybe you can start by deleting Alex. Just see if it works, Matt.
Let's back up the bow.
Rather corny. I never knew he'd come.
It's your turn, Val. Get after it. Go on, girl. Hey, Val, it's your turn.
Oh, wait a minute. What the?
We want to go to Val.
It's Jack the Jobber. He's the Casanova of What Culture Pro Wrestling.
He looks like he went to give blood and forgot to say when. This guy is not one of our two main events.
And no, he isn't. And SoCal Val looks a little bit apprehensive with the arrival of Jack the Jobber. Are you kidding me? Jack the Jobber.
Jobber the Hutt.
He's only recently discovered women, and now his sights are firmly fixed on SoCal Val. I mean, who can blame him, JC? She's hotter than the sun.
I did not know, but now I see it's proven from the pimples that really does cause your skin to break out.
I just want to say I'm a big admirer of you, but the thing that I admire the most is your versatility. I love you in the ring, I love you out the ring. If you're in my internet history, shouldn't have said that one out loud. Anyway, I've got you these, they were £4.50 from the Sainsbury's on Northumbria Street.
Oh, romantic.
This guy couldn't get a date on a tombstone.
I just wanted to know, maybe you want to do anything after the show, or...
She probably does, just not with him.
Wow, that's an offer.
Women don't date jobbers.
Thanks. But you see, you're a boy.
Oh.
What I need is a man. I like a real tough guy, you know?
Sit down, Alex.
Someone who likes to take control.
That was like my bat signal. Hold on. Oh, no. Oh, much like Casanova, Jack the Jobber may also end up dead. Oh, no.
Well, wait a minute.
Val said you want a real man that can take control.
This guy's been chasing old Jack around town for the past few weeks, hasn't he?
Oh, he's run for longer than the World Bodybuilding Federation.
Oh, what a fear! Man.
And look at Susie. Susie's finally seen enough.
Wow.
I mean, it started off as him protecting Susie, but now it's gone to a dark place.
Primate has been...
Oh, no,
come on.
Oh, he's got Susie.
Don't do it.
He's mad at her because she feels sorry for him.
Oh, God.
No, you can't. No, that's too much. No.
A rear naked choke on a woman.
Thank God
For
it's
the
not
love
naked.
of God.
Can we get the security in
Yeah,
here? Yes.
Oh, good luck with that, boys.
Where's the general manager when you need the long drink of water? Get rid of this guy. Fire him. You can't put a rear naked choke on a woman. This is not an intergender match, Corny.
Pachetti, I think, is the one that doesn't have any balls around here. He's doing a piss-poor job as general manager, as far as I'm concerned.
Finally, we agree on something.
Well, this Primate is a dangerous man. Thank God they got the young woman out of here. But look at the carnage.
He is Oh, there goes one man over the top rope.
Look out.
Oh, good Lord.
I think we found the missing link.
He's not missing. He's right here. There was a broken leg on that young man.
A careless assault, and he's thrown it right here at our feet. Primate is a dangerous, deranged, unbalanced human being.
Over here, take JC next.
Hey, quit. Shut up.
Jack the Jobber just got jobbed.
He is not all there. This guy, he's the kind of guy that stay up all night to study for a urine test.
Oh, he's just ripped the hat. That's sacrilege.
Well, the YouTube star just got manhandled.
I never put much faith in YouTube.
Look at the state of this ring.
The Primate, he's primarily a primate, mentally and physically.
WCPW's YouTube channel is massive. It's massive.
Well, Jack the Jobber is not massive. I don't even know if he's still breathing. Thank God if we can get There's no security to help the security. We've got a double main event coming up featuring 4 of the greatest wrestlers in the world, and we've got a ring full of chaos.
Well, as my old partner Jerry Lawler used to say, Corny, one can't grieve forever.
That's true.
And ladies and gentlemen, we got to move on here because the richest prize in this company is the WCPW Championship. And that championship, Alex, is going to be decided here in just a moment in a one-fall match.
Well, Joe Connors, Martin Kirby, it doesn't get much more important than what we're about to see. Refuse to lose.
Backside by Kirby. He got it. Yes!
Martin Kirby has been overlooked for far too long now.
Since I'm on a complete undefeated streak, I'm just on a tear, I think I should get a title match.
It also doesn't sound like something that you deserve quite yet. But I will give you a rematch with Will Ospreay. And Pete Dunne. Oh, how about Travis Banks?
Yeah! Come on, you're on a roll, brother. You're undefeated.
That's like 3 of the guys, though.
No, it's 4.
Eh?
Marty Skrull.
We're gonna make this good.
What?
Yeah!
Kirby into a quadruple Boston Crab. Kirby squeezing the legs again.
He's on fire. The Pink and Black attack. WCPW Sable Bomb.
Why are you people cheering and look at it?
You're not going to be a refuse to lose. You're not.
To do it your way, Parmesan, but I'm not gonna play nice anymore.
They're furry love cuffs. What's he doing?
I'm not leaving.
Martin Kirby versus Joseph Connors for the WCPW title and refuse to lose. Get out!
I don't believe it.
Go!
He got it.
Petiti finally conceding to the demands of Martin Kirby, who ridiculously could be the next WCPW World Champion.
I'll tell you something. Obviously, this is a sensationally personal issue for the major championship of this company. Tell us a synopsis of how this has gone.
Well, all I need to tell you, Jim Ross, is week after week, Dave Bradshaw used to have a go at me for bringing glow sticks into the commentary booth. But we have started a movement, and the movement has made it, JR, to refuse to lose. And Martin Kirby tonight will refuse to leave without being the new WCPW Heavyweight Champion.
This young man, Martin Kirby, has become a phenomenon here in WCPW and all over the United Kingdom. He started out as somewhat of an afterthought. A lot of people didn't take him seriously. But now he's one of the main events, one of the biggest events in WCPW's short history. He's challenging for the heavyweight championship, and he has this crowd firmly in his corner, despite all the things he's done in the past.
Feel this, what a moment! It's Glow Stick City! Ah. I'm loving it. Sim, where did you get a glow stick from? We've converted you.
Somebody had me one. I don't know what's going on here.
You bought that weeks ago.
No, I thought it was a drinking straw.
I think it's a dance move.
Great opportunity for Martin Kirby, a guy that has never been considered a #1 draft pick, so shall we say. But he's earned the respect of the fans and of the locker room, except perhaps for one guy.
Well, Kirby on a hot streak recently had a big win over Will Ospreay, one of the finest young athletes coming from the United Kingdom, and now we're going to see the champion's entrance.
What a crowd here.
And the last time we saw Joseph Connors, it was beating Drew Galloway in that incredible WCPW title match. Will history repeat itself? We're about to find out.
Let me tell you something. Anybody that can beat Drew Galloway is a stud. Galloway's a player now.
He is the man in WCPW until somebody proves different. Joseph Connors, with the gold around his wrist in this case, in his hands, entering the arena to defend it. It's one of the more unorthodoxly popular, if I can coin a phrase, athletes in all of professional wrestling, Martin Kirby. We are going to get the big match introductions from our ring announcer, Stevie Aaron, in just a moment as Connor stepping into the ring. JR, you can see they're putting their game faces on already.
Yeah. Stevie Ray Aaron's about to introduce these two men and another of our big main events. Connor's eyes tells a very definitive story. Take a look at those eyes when you get a chance. The windows to the soul.
That soul's dead.
Well, if the referee can get them both separated from the stare down and both and get Connors off the ropes and attending to business. Connors also a former Southside champion twice. But this is the big one. The most important championship he's held.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is a singles bout set for one fall. And it is for the What Culture Pro Wrestling Championship. When the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, Mr. Sean McLaughlin. And now introducing first to my immediate left, the challenger. Wrestling out of Thirst, North Yorkshire, and winning tonight at 180 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, this is Martin Kirby!
What an ovation for the challenger.
His opponent in the opposing corner is the champion, hailing from Nottingham and winning tonight at 218 pounds. This is the current reigning and defending WCPW champion, Joseph Connors!
One fall matchup for all the marbles here in WCPW. The WCPW Championship. Again, a one fall, traditional, a one fall, 60-minute time limit matchup.
And of course, Connors, Alex, you know this well, recently turned on, betrayed his friend and partner Joe Hendry, who's in the other half of our double main event at the WCPW Stacked event, and hammered him with a chair, effectively ending their friendship. That'll do it. When you hit your best friend with a chair, it'll pretty much end it.
Well, the fact is, Joe Hendry, the local hero, is one of the most charismatic men in British wrestling today. And Connors is a man who doesn't have the same level of charisma, but what happened was side by side every match with Hendry, he developed a resentment, a bitterness. He channeled that bitterness, and that's why he is now the WCPW heavyweight champion.
But you could have just bottom lined that with jealousy. That's what it was, jealousy. It was the green-eyed monster.
Pretty much. Jim Cornette's right on that one. One of the 7 deadly sins.
And I know a lot about deadly sins.
Yeah, you always think that Sprite and 7-Up taste different.
Hey, I know they do. Kirby, of course, was a tag team partner of the late Chris Travis, who passed away at a very young age, due to cancer. And Kirby has said that when he goes into a big match, he still thinks about his friend Chris Travis, as do all the fans across the United Kingdom and around the world.
Well, the death of Chris Travis was a real sad story here on the UK scene, and even Finn Balor in the WWE wore a wristband for him, an armband, but now he's going to use some of that and hopefully channel it to walk out here with a belt.
And here we go. Starting off the very spirited physical encounter, exchange here. Again, one fall matchup for the WCPW title. The man in the pink and black challenging the champion.
Whoa. Oh!
Connor's thrown over the top rope.
Is Travis in pink and black trying to channel the talent of the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, the man we saw open the event tonight, Bret Hart?
Wouldn't be surprised.
It takes a real man to wear pink. You should see my underwear, Jim.
I'll pass on that. Kirby took a rather circuitous route to get this championship match, JR. As you know, he had to...
that's a big word.
That's a big word. I looked it up. He had to hijack an episode of the WCPW television program, handcuffed himself to the ring ropes before General Manager Adam Pacitti, who he nicknamed Parmesan Pacitti, gave him the chance at the title match.
Not just any handcuffs, Jim. Sex shop furry love cuffs.
Say that again.
They were sex shop furry love cuffs. They're a very specific variety of handcuffs.
I'm sure you'd know more about that than I would.
And those are outlawed in Oklahoma, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, by a new vote of Congress.
They do have a few pair left in Lawton.
Wrist lock. Arm wringer taking over the champ. Morning and I had a nice chat with the referee of this contest earlier tonight, Sean McLaughlin. I meant to ask you if there's any relation to Victor McLaughlin.
I'm not sure. Possibly the grandson.
Nice shoulder block by Martin Kirby.
Cartwheel guard pass reminiscent of Billy Robinson.
Hip block takeover by Kirby. Kirby is hitting first and hitting last. They say in boxing that's the formula. Hit first, hit last.
And if you can get hardest in there too, that'll work as well. Kirby, a former 3CW Triple Crown champion, a 1 PCW tag champion, 1 PW I should say. Alex has got me rattled over here thinking about his pink undies.
I can tell you this, we know that Connors is a right-handed competitor. His right hand is his dominant hand, meaning his left arm probably is not as strong. That's what Kirby is focusing on. That's really smart, subtle strategy.
And Connors goes to that same well when he goes to the hammerlock on the left arm of Kirby. Always apply pressure to the weakest part of the body that you can of your opponent. And as Arn Anderson used to say, a three-legged table is no good to anybody.
Not a bit.
And talking of Arn Anderson, the master of the DDT, Joseph Connors is going to be looking for that righteous kill DDT variation. It's how he beat Drew Galloway. And Kirby is going to be looking for, whoa, that saber bomb.
Kirby spun his man, had the foot.
Kirby's been in control here. Again, he's beaten the champion to the punch in a variety of ways. Look at this.
Connors can't find the keyhole.
Low drop kick, right in the sternum.
To unlock the secret of this thing, he's missing on all cylinders, and Kirby's hitting every one of them.
Standing vertical suplex. Martin Kirby on the business end. Joseph Connor, the champion.
Let him down.
Kicked him in the face. Did Kirby look recover?
Why do you think he let him down there? Was he overbalanced? He couldn't hold him. He decided he'd go for something else.
Well, there's a big height difference there between Connors and Kirby. And holding the man up like that when the man's taller, probably weight and pressure and gravity got the better of him.
Well, there is a big height difference because if there wasn't, they'd both be the same size. That's a good analysis there, Alex. Appreciate you chiming in with that.
Have you been on those fortune cookies again?
Oh! Man, look at clothesline. And reverse elbow from the right side. Remember that. The right arm, right side. The strong side.
Was that why Terry Funk was so successful? Because he was a left-hander, a southpaw. And a lot of times guys are not prepared for that because obviously the large majority of the population, including pro athletes, are right-handed.
Correct. Or they're egg-sucking dogs.
And my brother Dory took that dog behind the barn and I never saw it again. That's another story.
That's a great story. And the story here is all about the WCPW Championship, the main championship in this organization. So if you come to this company, the title you certainly want to compete for and hopefully win is the one we're seeing right here tonight, right now.
Oh!
Nice reverse elbow. I'll tell you, this is Martin Kirby's night. It would seem like maybe the fact that Bret Hart was here earlier and he's wearing pink and black may mean have some open. I don't know.
Now he goes for that delayed suplex. Now he feels like he's got his man. And he let him then again. Oh, and went for an eye poke.
Look at this.
Well, shades of the Stooges.
Patterson and Briscoe?
You got him. You know, both these guys.
One more time, he says.
They are saying dickhead in between those counts. You've not heard it incorrectly.
Better than half a minute upside down. Connors is going to black out from the blood rushing to his head.
Yeah, and most of us can't relate to that because we've never been in this position. This amazing strength and balance.
Have you ever been upside down for a full minute?
No, hell no. At least not on purpose or sober.
And a finger poke.
There you go, the finger poke of doom.
And the place comes apart. I'll tell you, both these guys, and you know, Alex, you know it's true. They've started here in the United Kingdom. They've wrestled for 20 pounds a night in front of small crowds to get here. To one of the biggest promotions to hit the United Kingdom in a main event for the championship. This is their night.
And he went for that sable bomb, but Connors had that well scouted.
Kirby tried to get the referee out of the way. The referee was accidentally out of position and in the way.
Well, referee's got a job to do, Corny. He's got to get that guy back in the ring. And oh, man, what a slam. A hard slam. And finally, a cover. Finally, the champion, Joseph Connors, finally has an advantage.
And I'm going to say, I think Kirby made a big mistake. You know, he came into this one, and the key for success was to up the tempo and the pace. He slowed it down with that delayed suplex, and Connor was able to take over. I mean, Connors is a man that's methodical. He's slower paced, and now Kirby's paying a price for it.
Connors does like to dictate the pace, and right now he's dictating the pressure on the nose and the ear, despite the referee's count.
Two very sensitive areas. You're not going to beat anybody, folks, obviously, with that. But you can sure as hell aggravate them, hurt them.
Well, and both those things will make your eyes tear up, and if you can't see what's coming, you can't defend against it.
Correct. That's why you're still the best in the business.
Well, I try.
That's all a steer can do.
Alex, what's got to be going through these two young men's minds? Connors, a 10-year pro. Kirby, as we said, in the biggest match of his career. When they have the chance of this high-profile event, after all they've been through as starving artists, they finally are going for the gold in the big time. You got to know this is all or nothing. These guys, either one will be gutted if they lose.
Well, the obvious answer is that the world is watching and they want to give the performance,
the
performance of a lifetime. But the elephant in the room, JC, is the fact that Connor's tag team partner is on the main event. Whoa.
Former tag team partner.
Listen to this. There's a sickening thud right across the spine by Connors, the champion. A slobber knocker level clubbing blow. And our challenger, lying within 3 or 4 feet of us, doesn't look like he is going to be able to get back on the offensive attack and regain momentum.
Well, the only reason he got back in the ring was because Connors threw him in.
Correct. Connors wants to win by pinfall. Here we go. And a near fall. 2 count. And
you can't beat a man. You can't win the match out here on on the outside of the ring, but you can certainly do a lot of damage to the anatomy with the steel ring post, the concrete floor, the ring steps, all a variety of things that you can use to punish your man and hurt him.
Interesting technique applied by Joseph Connors, but the resilient and competitive Martin Kirby trying to fight back into this thing, but Connors says no, not this time.
Connors with both those feet and down on the chest with a concussive effect. That was a stunning blow that would take the man's oxygen away, and oxygen, as we know, an athlete's gasoline, Alex.
And as I was trying to say earlier, it's the spite of Joseph Connors, knowing that his former tag team partner, despite Connors winning that belt, is still in the position of the main event. That has got to get under your skin, and he's taken that frustration out on the sternum of Martin Kirby.
Well,
I said it now.
Henry was chosen to be the man to face Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle's appearance here for WCPW.
Oh, man. Kirby in trouble. The lateral press. The forward leg is hooked and got a near fall. And the look in the eyes of Joseph Connors is telling another story now. A very expressive young man. He seemed intense, but now he seems somewhat troubled because maybe thinking, what the hell have I got to do to beat my challenger?
I see frustration, and you can tell it by his body language as well as his facial expression as Kirby battles up from underneath.
Well, he clings onto that title like Gollum from Lord of the Rings, and you'd have to prise it from his cold, dead fingers.
Oh.
Nice clothesline.
It looks like Connors will go to those lengths to keep that gold.
Another cover. The referee got a 2 count. Connors is better, Alex, when he is dictating the pace. Connors is better when the pace is deliberate.
100%, 100%. And Kirby, as I said earlier, made a big mistake in changing that tempo. He got to this level by, I don't want to say pandering to the fans, but acknowledging that those fans. But when you're in a main event like this, or a title match like this, you cannot lose focus on your opponent.
Well, he wasted some time, but also I think the placement of the referee in that crucial moment when he was out on the apron, I think that played a part in it as well. But you're right, JR. Connors, more deliberate, not any wasted motion. He was on the defense constantly when Kirby was dictating the quicker pace.
Kirby's got to sense that, feel that.
Whoa!
And, well, what a nice enziguri.
It shocked Connors when he got that hand thrown up in his face. Talk to the hand. And then the foot was listening.
The great Antonio Inoki, the innovator of the head kick, the enziguri. It's amazing how some of these signature maneuvers are forwarded and grandfathered and brought forward. I love it.
And Martin Kirby is the inventor of the Greco-Roman human stop sign.
Thank you for that piece of information, Alex.
That one's free.
Oh!
Kirby beating Connors with a punch, blocking, striking,
Now he's doing more striking and less blocking.
Absolutely, that's the objective. The guttural noises of Martin Kirby. Great effort, a headbutt. Like a headbutt.
Yeah, he got a forearm in there too. He just hit him with a flying body spear. And there's another one to the midsection. Kirby.
Lariat takedown by Kirby. And boy, Connors, it gets closer and closer. These near falls from Kirby to Connors gets closer and closer every time.
What an event we've seen here tonight. Not only you hear the smack of the athletes hitting hard, hitting often. You hear the grunts, you hear the groans, you hear the chants of the crowd. One of the most involved wrestling audiences that I've seen in several years.
And we're not done.
And we're not done.
By any stretch.
We got a gold medalist yet to go.
Oh!
Whoa!
Neck breaker. Reverse neck breaker. And it could do it. This could do it, folks. Oh. Well, Joseph Connors showing his resiliency, mental and physical toughness, and kicking out of that neck breaker. And you can't execute the neck breaker any better than Martin Kirby just did.
Referee Sean McLaughlin was on his way down for the 3 count with that kick out of Kirby, but Kirby's not done yet.
He's going for the sable bomb.
Oh, Kirby hit his throat, I believe, on the middle rope. Connors
Falcon Arrow. God.
Could do it here.
And once again, Will Connors let frustration get the better of him. Kirby refuses to stay down.
Champion's got to maintain his composure. Keep chopping the wood. Clothesline miss. That hasn't happened much for Kirby to miss a strike.
And as Connors signaling for that righteous kill. That cradle DDT, I tell you what, if he gets that, this one is all over.
Well, I don't know whether he ought to signal for it or try to do it, because at this point, Kirby's kicking out of everything else he's got.
I don't need no signals. I don't need no stinking signals or badges.
Kick off the both men jockeying.
Inside cradle here.
Nope.
Oh, Kirby. And a nice counter by Connors, and then Kirby counters.
Reminiscent of Billy Robinson and Tony Charles.
A succession of near falls from both corners. Connors thrown outside.
Oh, good God!
My Lord.
He almost killed both of them. You didn't see action like this on FA Cup Day back in the ITV days?
Martin Kirby gets... Look at this! Martin Kirby! He has it!
My
The
God.
challenge!
No! I bought that one.
I nearly snapped my glow stick.
Kirby
is incensed. He thought he had 3, and quite frankly, so did I, but it was not to be.
Checking his teeth after pleading his case with the referee, Sean McLaughlin. And now Kirby's got to be wondering what's it going to take. He refused to go down, but so now is the champion, Joseph Connors, and I thought that dive was going to be a difference maker.
Kirby's mind is playing games with him now. He's got to get right back on the attack. You can't grieve forever. That's no joke. Keep the heat on. Keep the pressure on. Shoulder block. Kirby came in a little careless. My God, what a DDT. Kirby came in careless, caught a shoulder in the midsection.
Oh, buckle bomb. And oh my God, what a lariat.
That is a thunderous lariat.
Wow.
Somehow, young Martin Kirby was able to kick out. That shows you just how bad that he wants to be the champion of this company.
God, it's hot in here.
And listen to this crowd showing their support for Martin Kirby, the challenger. Survived a lariat that Stan Hansen would have been proud of.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We're almost back, fellas, where we started from at the beginning of this match. Does anybody really have an advantage? A little bit of jawbreaker action by Martin Kirby, the challenger for the WCPW title.
I don't know how they're still on their feet.
Oh, gosh.
And Connors isn't.
You can hear the kick. You can see the kick. And Joseph Connors can damn sure feel the kick. Great title match. Man, what a pleasure and a privilege it is to be a part of this presentation. Great wrestling action. Uh-oh, not a good place to land.
Oh. There's no machine for that at the gym.
No, sir.
You can't train for it.
I don't think these fellas wear cuffs, but I'm not sure, and nor do I need to know.
Alex may check on that for us later.
Knife edge chop. Connors didn't get all the first one, but he has. He's making up for it.
I'll tell you what, he certainly is. He laser sighted him on that last one.
What's Connors going for here? He's just screaming in the face.
He's trash talking him, but he's wasting time, and that's not good against a guy as determined as Kirby.
Oh, you're not going to talk anybody into defeat.
Oh no!
And look at Kirby now. Kirby hurt enough. Kirby straining. Look, this could be the biggest move that Kirby can do in this match.
Oh!
Go for the cover. Get the cover. That won't do it.
Oh, no, he couldn't get enough weight on him.
Damn near did it.
He reached over, he almost had him. If he'd have got him topped with his body, I think he would have had him.
I think you're right. Hell of a wrestling match, ladies and gentlemen. Here live tonight Newcastle, England. The WCPW Championship is on the line.
You hear what the fans think.
Fans are right. Very knowledgeable fans here in Newcastle tonight.
This event was special enough to bring you back to live wrestling commentary, JR, and I'm pleased to be alongside you. I'll even put up with Alex for the chance to do this.
That was the most graceful thing I've seen since your scaffold bump.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Lord.
Don't bring up those memories. 30 years ago next month.
With these guys exchanging right hands. Now it's a battle of attrition. And the bigger man will win this set 2, or so I perceive.
Connor's bleeding from the nose or the mouth, one or the other, I can't see.
Connor's head snapping back from the impact. And thought he was going to go for an inverted atomic drop.
I thought he was going for a spine buster, but instead he drove his man back in the corner where he can inflict more punishment.
Well, shows that Connors has reasserted himself as the favorite, the front runner to win this match.
And you can see the blood in the mouth of Connors now.
Yeah, his lip is busted and he's bleeding inside the upper lip. I'm not surprised more than that's not busted the way these guys have been pickling each other.
Connors ahead, top turnbuckle, just got acquainted.
Threw Kirby off though.
We don't need to know that. By signaling the crowd, Connors gave up the advantage. By signaling the crowd, it gave Kirby the opportunity.
Oh, no!
Oh, Lord God, what a shot. What a super kick right to the face, inadvertently to the referee.
Sean McLaughlin down.
Oh, he's going for that righteous kill again.
Connors.
McLaughlin really a quiet man right now. He's been knocked out. The referee's out. We need another referee out here.
Oh!
Kirby with a low blow.
I believe it was. I don't know if he meant it, but he landed it.
All's fair in love, war, and title matches here in WCPW.
Well, there you have it. This will be it.
Powerbomb.
Powerbomb. Cover, but he realizes McLaughlin is in no position to make the count.
Bad break from Martin Kirby.
Oh. He's calling for the elbow drop that's never been hit in WCPW tonight. Might just be the night. Zoidberg elbow. Yeah.
The Zoidberg elbow, named after the lobster-like creature in Futurama. I have no idea what that has to do with wrestling, but this may be his night.
There's a reason these people love him.
Good news, everyone. He might hit it. Oh, no. Hey, what the fuck?
Oh, hey.
Oh, well, I apologize. That's Pachetti.
The general manager.
What the hell?
Oh, I'm going to throw a glow stick at that one. Oh.
What the?
How? This is horrid.
General Manager Adam Pachetti just shoved Martin Kirby off the ropes on a sure Zoidberg elbow land.
How can this administrator conduct himself with this sort of partiality? Well, referee's down and right in front of the general manager.
Oh, no, you know what this is? Oh! And the referee's coming back to consciousness.
Pachetti's mad because of Kirby's
balls. God almighty.
And he may have cost him the title here.
Oh, no way.
And a count of 3 indeed, ladies and gentlemen.
The Newcastle Screwjob is born.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, and still What Culture Pro Wrestling Champion, Joseph Connors.
Connors grabbing the title like it was the most valuable artifact that he could discover.
Well, that belt is still with him for one reason and one reason only, and that reason is the general manager and the fact that Martin Kirby has gained a lot of his popularity by taunting and tormenting Adam Pachetti.
Oh, it's raining glow sticks in Newcastle.
Man, oh, what a shame for Martin Kirby. Has Martin Kirby got on that deep the wrong side of the general manager? And why, if he has?
I'm telling you, it wasn't just a furry love cuff. Pachetti was pushed to a limit. The line was crossed, and that's why he did what he did.
Oh, come on. He nicknamed the guy Parmesan. That's hardly a reason to do something like that.
Hey, it goes great with pasta.
That's just disheartening.
Well, it is for a guy that, like Martin Kirby, that had so much heart, really dominated much of this matchup, and looked as if he was going to hit that one elusive maneuver to win the title.
Oh, it's a sad, sad situation for Kirby with the whole world watching. He was close, so close to that title, but just not close enough.
He was close enough. He was more than close. He was there. He was all the way there. If not for your general manager, Alex.
He's not my general manager. Don't blame me.
Well, he's the general manager of the damn company.
I've been
you
saying
work
he's
for the company. Whose general manager is he?
I've been saying he's an idiot for weeks. I said it's the only thing we agree on. It's
Well,
not
now
happening
you
again.
change your story.
Well, the crowd, let's go back to business here, fellas. The crowd showing their respect to Martin Kirby for his efforts in his attempt to become the champion here tonight.
Well, that's just it.
The match did not go his way, and then you got to wonder, where does Martin Kirby stand now? Is he helpless because the general manager absolutely put the screws to him? What does he do now? Does he leave the company?
It's hard to cross the boss.
Yeah, exactly. Does he file a grievance? What do you do?
Do you know what it was? It was echoing the spirit of Bret Hart. He was here earlier. That was the Newcastle screw job.
Well, I think we've had enough screw jobs in our business to last a lifetime. Didn't need this one. Well, they're chanting Martin Kirby, we love you. Small solace for a man that wanted to be the WCPW champion, not to be on this night.
And he was there. He was right there. But I tell you, we've got a big one coming up, JR.
No doubt about that. I feel bad for Martin Kirby, but ladies and gentlemen, we move on here in our journey in this amazing pay-per-view. Again, thanks for being with us. Our next match is another main event, and it features two of the most outstanding men in the wrestling business, and for different reasons, and Corny, they took different paths to get here.
Well, a 1996 Olympic gold medalist, a man like Kurt Angle who's done everything.
Rumble. The rules are as follows. Two men will begin in the ring. Every 2 minutes, another participant will enter. Elimination occurs in 3 ways: by pinfall, submission, or by being thrown over the top rope. Both feet must touch the floor.
Oh, Angle slam! Angle slam!
Angle slam by Joe Hendry.
No, wait.
He's out. Carter is out. Joe Hendry.
The winner of this match, and facing Kurt Angle, the local hero,
My name is Joe Hendry. I'm a professional wrestler, and I've been a professional wrestler for 3 years now. In fact, my match with Kurt Angle at WCPW Refused to Lose on October 6th, that will be the 3-year anniversary of me being a professional wrestler. I got into professional wrestling a little bit later than most. I didn't have Sky TV, or, you know, I didn't have cable and Sky, so I didn't really get to see professional wrestling a whole lot. But when I did see it, I was at my cousin's house and I just kind of caught bits and pieces, so I didn't really engage with it fully until I was about, I'd say I was about 13 years old, and it was in the peak of the Attitude Era. And it was The Rock, it was Stone Cold, it was Triple H, and it was Kurt Angle. And to sit here and say that I'm going to be facing Kurt Angle live on iPay-per-view, WCPW Refused to Lose, October 6th, it's impossible for me to sit here and put into words how much that means to me. But the problem with these things is that everyone knows that I'm to sit here and say that I respect Kurt Angle and I look up to him and it's an honour to face him, and it is, it obviously is. Kurt Angle is the absolute greatest in-ring competitor that ever stepped into a professional wrestling ring. The desire that he had to become an Olympic gold medalist, to become a WWE champion, is the same fire and determination that I have to beat him. I want to be the most well-rounded fighter that I can be to take out Kurt Angle. If anyone has a goal, they should go for it. There's no such thing as too late. I always thought throughout my 20s, it's too late to do this, it's too late to do that, it's too late to do this, it's too late to do that. It's not. It's not. I started professional wrestling when I was turning 25. I'm now 28 and I'm facing Kurt Angle in the main event of a pay-per-view. That should be inspiration for anyone out there that thinks that it's too late for them. And the opportunity that I have and how far I actually really can take this. And now I do believe that I can get to the absolute top. I believe I can be number one. And if you pin Kurt Angle's shoulders to that mat, then it's a step in the right direction, that's for sure. Big step.
In 96, yeah, he won the gold. He took a milk truck and covered Stone Cold. He's the best of all time, but at the end of the day, he's won every single title, and that's all great, but he's not as good as Joe Hendry. No, he's not as good as Joe Hendry. He won the 96 games in NCAA, but there's a brand new local hero, and his name's Hendry now. Through a shame, through a pain of glasses, Jimmy crack gonna make good as Joe Hendry. He won the 96 games in NCAA, but there's a brand new local hero.
Well, he might not have a gold medal, guys, but he can sing. I'll tell you that.
That was Joe Hendry singing. He plays in a band called Lost. In the biggest match of his career, he's singing about Kurt Angle, JR. And I got to admit, I've known Kurt Angle for almost 20 years. I respect him, I admire him. But I'm pulling for this kid. His popularity is infectious.
Certainly a very charismatic young man. A real diamond here. Oh. Old cliches die hard.
They certainly do. And so does Kurt Angle. Won an Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
He's a bad, bad man, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean that in a really good way.
And can you imagine Joe Hendry, who's been thinking about this match for so long, but do you believe that Joe Hendry ever thought that it would come to this? I mean, I didn't know that Kurt Angle, we knew he would be here, but it's not until you see him walk through the entranceway you realise what a big deal this is for this company. It's huge.
He never thought it would come to this, and he never thought it would happen so soon.
Kurt Angle is Joe Hendry's idol. Kurt Angle is what Joe Hendry wants to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is a singles bout set for one fall. Your referee, Mr. Steve Linsky, and this is the main event of Refuse to Lose. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the competitors. First of all, competing out of Edinburgh, Scotland, and winning tonight at 229 pounds. This is the local hero, Joe Hendry! Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in the opposing corner is simply one of the greatest of all time! Hailing from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and winning tonight at 230 pounds.
Angle's not in every Hall of Fame. When it's all said and done, they ought to close every Hall of Fame and just call it a day.
We don't have time to list the accomplishments. The NCAA heavyweight champion in 1990 and 92, 1996 Olympic gold medalist, 4-time WWE champion, 6-time TNA champion, the IWGP champion in Japan. He has done it all.
Collar elbow tie up by Angle and Henry. Henry forced back into the corner. Again, one fall matchup. You heard about the main event. Saw the footage of Joe Hendry. You've heard him sing. You've heard his basically a tribute, so to speak, to Kurt Angle.
But now it's time for him to wrestle, JR.
Absolutely.
Well, and let's not at the level of Kurt Angle at this point, but Joe Hendry is a top amateur wrestler. He's looking to compete in the next Commonwealth Games for his home country of Scotland, born in Edinburgh.
Nice fireman carry takeover by Joe Hendry. You don't see a lot of guys that can dominate Kurt Angle in any kind of catch-as-catch-can wrestling match.
In any kind of physical endeavor.
And so we just saw Hendry really execute a nice fireman carry. But I can tell you, I know Kurt Angle very well. I was there when he was signed in WWE. He doesn't like to be one-upped on anything.
Joe Hendry won this opportunity to face Kurt Angle in a 15-man Kurt Angle Invitational Rumble. He entered at number 10. He pinned Doug Williams.
Wow.
And he tossed out EC3 and Primate to win the thing.
Nice waistlock takedown. As Joe Hendry in the early going here, out wrestling Kurt Angle. Can he maintain that? Or are we seeing or is it a figment of our imagination? Because who do we know that always out-wrestled Kurt Angle? I can't think of anybody.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I've seen Kurt in the past. He will let a young man like this do a few things just to test the guy out. And as long as he feels he's not in serious trouble, he'll see what his opponent has, then he'll know how to counter.
And also, don't forget, it's been a long time since Kurt Angle was wrestling 4 or 5 days a week, which is exactly how Hendry's been preparing.
Nice shoulder block takedowns. Angle regrouping. Rolling to the outside to regroup. He doesn't want the young man to build any more momentum than he already has with this sellout crowd.
Oh, and a right hand right to the schnoz.
That wasn't amateur wrestling, I can tell you that.
We talked about the jealousy that led to Joseph Connors to turn on his friend and partner Joe Hendry. Lost the WCPW championship match, the 4-way, because of that.
Another right hand by Angle. Angle going to some somewhat surprising aggression here, which tells me that he just discovered at Angle, that Joe Hendry is a much better amateur wrestler than Kurt perhaps thought.
Did Kurt do what I said he might have done? He let the kid have a little leeway and saw that he may be tougher than he had thought, and now he's putting the pressure on hard.
I think so. And snapmare takeover, Angle down, the reverse chin lock.
I'll tell you how tough Joe Hendry is. He beat me in a burger eating contest in Glasgow 2 years ago. I named him the Freak of Nature, and now he calls his finisher, the fallaway slam, the Freak of Nature in that honor.
And he came second in the Scottish Amateur Wrestling
Championships. Covered by Angle, and a near fall.
And now considered the best heavyweight amateur in Scotland right now, training for the Commonwealth Games is Joe Hendry.
Very unusual that an active pro wrestler is training for a high-level amateur wrestling contest.
Look, Joe Hendry, 3 years as a pro, he's come a long way in a short period of time. He's in there with one of the big money ball players of all time in our industry, in our sport, but also a guy who's been in every high-pressure situation. He competed for a gold medal in the Olympic Games with a broken neck. And so Kurt Angle knows what pressure is like, and he knows how to overcome it. Can Joe Hendry, a 3-year pro in the biggest match of his career, will he crack under the pressure?
Angle, a 3-time All-American wrestler in college at Clarion. Certainly a Pittsburgh legend. I will, full disclosure, there's a cover, lateral press. Angle saw shoulders down, went for the cover. Kurt Angle is my wife's favorite wrestler. I'll tell you why. They're both from Pittsburgh.
The Beauty and the Beast, Jan and Kurt, both from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh folks.
You ever been to Pittsburgh, Alex?
I have, indeed, and I'll never go back.
Well, thank you for that, weighing in with that sentiment.
Angle side headlock, keeping it very basic, fundamentally sound, and there's hammering uppercut forearms by Joe Hendry. Didn't last long. Angle.
Angle slam.
Take an angle slam. Henry counters. Clothesline. Henry got up very quickly, able to get his feet under him and deliver a clothesline.
What kind of tribute is it to Joe Hendry that he was able to counter Kurt Angle's favorite move, the angle slam?
Hendry's obsessed over this, Jim.
One thing he's done, he's studied Kurt as his hero, as the man he believes the greatest wrestler of all time. Joe Hendry has seen every Kurt Angle match ever put on tape.
That's obsession, maybe? Obsession? Focus? Could be a lot of things. Is it healthy? We'll find out.
You're my obsession. What do you want me to be?
Oh.
To make you...
DDT.
To make you beat me.
I'm not sure he got all the DDT he wanted, but he may. No, he didn't. Henry got it. Like Angle's head almost slipped out en route to the canvas, so Henry didn't get everything he wanted on the DDT, but he might on the next one. Look at this.
Oh, he's going for that overhead slam.
Angle counters that. Angle's does his
Oh,
counter himself.
no!
Oh, what a suplex. Belly to back and hook. The legs stayed, the hands stayed clasped. Look at Angle's hands.
Angle had such incredible wrestling balance.
Angle gets Henry up and then takes him down with authority. It's not get him up and gently lay down. Watch this, because I think there's a third one in the works.
Good Lord.
That is a suplex.
The one advantage that Joe Hendry may have is his youth and the fact that he's much less injury prone at this point in his life than Kurt Angle. Kurt has had so many injuries competing at a high level for so long.
Angle.
Oh, freak of nature. He's going for it.
Oh, he hit it.
Lower back, Angle in trouble. This may be it. What a matchup.
Oh!
Henry about a half a count away from securing arguably the biggest victory of his entire life.
He was about a half a count away from shocking the world and making history. And if WCPW has shown anything from tonight, refuse to lose, it's that they can make history.
Angle. The ankle lock. And Henry able to counter it quickly. He had to counter it quickly. Harder than
No way.
Oh,
look at this. The ankle slam. Henry with the ankle slam.
Oh! I thought he had done it.
Inches away was Joe Henry using Angle's own angle slam to secure his biggest victory ever.
This match has escalated quickly, and these guys hit each other with high-impact moves, and they did it quick. This is not going to be a 60-minute draw, folks. There's going to be a winner to this match. I just don't know which one.
There's going to be collateral damage to the anatomies that's already been done, both these men.
And what's Hendry going for? He's not a man that's regularly associated with going to the top rope. And, well,
and is that out of desperation?
I think so.
Plan? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh, no. Have you? Not from the top. Shot.
The angle slam right off the top.
The people just hit their feet.
Angle's on top.
Oh!
And Henry kicks out.
Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe.
Henry kicks out. Somehow, some way.
Unbelievable.
For the love of God, can you believe a man kicked out of the angle slam coming off the top rope? I can't. I can't.
Oh!
And by God, business just picked up for Kurt Angle. The ankle lock. The ankle, by God, lock is locked in.
And Hendry's holding on.
Oh, he spun out again, but Angle blocked the turnbuckle. Drop toe hold. Good God.
Man, Henry has Kurt Angle scouted. Angle almost tapped. Look at Angle's hand. Look at his right hand.
My God.
He's thinking about it.
Henry could break Angle's.
If he does this,
Kurt's ankle could snap. It could snap. We'll hear it. We'll see it. Angle will feel it.
Angle will let that ankle snap before he taps. I know him. I know him too well. And it very well could snap in just a second.
Angle the counter. Oh my God, what a counter. An amazing counter. Well, the Olympic gold medalist. And Henry is in no man's land. The ropes get farther and farther away for Joe Henry in dire straits.
Oh no!
Grapevines the leg. All the pressure on the
no!
And Joe Henry has to tap. Henry has to tap, or his ankle will be
Ladies and
broken.
gentlemen,
A matter
the
of
winner
seconds.
of the match as the result of a submission, Kurt Angle!
JR, the better man, won here, but Joe Hendry was just seconds away from a life-changing victory. And in defeat, he still showed what he was made of. 3 years as a pro, this kid's got a bright future, and Kurt Angle knows that now.
Well, Joe Hendry attempted to refuse to lose, but there was no getting away from that ankle lock. But the fact remains that Joe Hendry has just impressed a global audience live on iPay-per-view.
I have become a Joe Hendry fan. Anybody that can go hold for hold, move for move with Kurt Angle is okay in my book.
Anybody that earns Kurt Angle's respect in a one-on-one fight is okay in everybody's book.
Absolutely. A great wrestling match, ladies and gentlemen, to bring this amazing wrestling event to a close here tonight. Phenomenal crowd, amazing effort by the athletes, intensity was here, everything you'd want in a pro wrestling event we saw here tonight.
JR, it's been great to be back on the air with you as your broadcast partner. We've done pay-per-views, we've done national television, we've done a little OVW, but I don't know when I've enjoyed a single wrestling event more than this one here tonight with you, and even you, Alex. I like you too.
Thank you, Newcastle. Thank you, United Kingdom. I've been all over the world. I've wrestled the best. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Undertaker, AJ Styles. But I have to tell you, Joe Hendry, you pushed me beyond my limit, and there's a huge future ahead of you. And I can't wait to see what you do in the upcoming years. Thank you very much for tonight.
A star was born tonight.
And thank you to all of you. God bless.
A star born tonight in Newcastle, England. His name is Joe Hendry because he pushed the best past his limit. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody here at WCPW, I'm Jim Ross for Jeff Cornett, for Alex Shane. Thank you for being with us. Until we talk again, so long, everybody.